Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. Tasty, tasty. tasty, tasty.
Hey guys, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are. I hope you're having a really good Sunday. Looks like Captain Reed got first, so congratulations, Captain Reed. Good coffee. Anonymous Biker's here as well. So is Rue. Good evening, Rue. Super Hands is here as well. I hope the trip's going well, Super Hands, if you're still on it. Ball Boy as well. Subscribed for 23 months, just one away from his PT birthday. Congratulations.
Tasty.
It says, how's it going, everyone? Ozky Lane's here as well. Nigel Kipper 2. Dynamics. Didn't realise the time, Super Hands. Yeah, it's 8:04. I'm late. Sorry it took me so long. I was making a coffee and then I realised I had no milk, so I had to mix like some dairy milk and some oat milk together to get enough milk to have a latte with. So yeah, prototype time, absolutely. Prototypists, prototype time, right? Something like that. J-01 time, yeah. We'll be looking at the first round of J-01 prototypes, which I've already shown on stream, and then we'll be looking at the second round, which is a different manufacturer and likely the manufacturer we're going to use for production. Like 99.9% certain that it's going to be the manufacturer we use for production. So yeah, so I'll show you those in a little bit. Opens well in, yeah, absolutely. To be fair, I'm hoping these are going to be a little bit cheaper than any board we've been able to offer in the past, so we'll see. Why is my hat like so squiff? I don't know. Anyway, it's like really high at one side and low at the other. I don't know. RL Keeps, thank you so much for the 19 months of subs. I thoroughly appreciate it. Child Music says, woo, even more prototypes. Yeah, absolutely. Gotta do that. Prototyping. Wolfine is here as well. Hey, Wolfie, thank you so much for being here. Densus, good evening, good sir. I hope you're doing well. Funky, bonjour. JMS is here too. Nigel Keeper says, which coffee beans, Jade? This is the Fiction blend. It's the one I tend to have here at the workshop. It just makes a really good kind of like house coffee. So yeah, that's what we're using today. Void Media says, good evening. Hope to see the prototypes. The patina copper looks so good on the pictures that you've already shared. Dude, like I hope that the camera is good enough to show the detail on it, because it is phenomenal. I do have a very special photographer coming in just over a week to take some pictures, so I'm very excited for that. Booking hotels and things tomorrow, which is good. Autonomy, hey Ben, thank you so much for being here. Anarchy as well. Anarchy, great stream yesterday. Apologies I wasn't in chat much. I did have you on in the background whilst I was doing a few things. Vegan Milk, hello, welcome to the stream for the first time. Fred Zillosaurus says hello, so does Alvi. Alvi, I hope you're doing well over in Italy. I keep watching your Insta stories and craving some time away. Storsness, thank you so much for being here. Jenga as well. Stereo Jer, good evening, good sir. Ojam as well, good evening. Thank you so much for being here. Honest Accountant's here too. He says, hi Jay, hope you and PT are doing well. I haven't caught a stream in a while, so I thought I'd check in. Thank you so much, dude. Free Juice, thank you so much for the 22 months of subs. Thoroughly appreciate it. And Captain Reed, thank you so much for the 7 months of subs. I always come first. 7 months of Jay taking my money, at least on Twitch. Haha, maybe. Zava says, saw some stuff from last stream talking about ISO Nordic set discussion, and I was wondering how many non-EU UK people are buying from you if a loose estimate could be provided. So you mean in terms of ISO sets and Nordic UK sets, Zava? So let me just clarify your question. Come back in chat and let me know. I think what you're asking is, what percentage of ISO / Nordic sets do we sell to customers outside of Europe as a continent, right? So including UK and the EU. How many ISO kits do we sell outside of that? Like UK ISO, Nordic kits, that kind of stuff, right? Is that what you're asking? Let me know. Keep Dweeb, thank you so much for being here. How's your day going? It's been good, man. Been good. I'll talk about it in a few minutes. Tag House, thank you so much for being here. Cadbury's Dairy Milk. Dairy Milk? Wait, what? Cadbury's Dairy Milk? What? Have we got chocolate here somewhere that I don't know about?
Tasty.
GVB, thank you so much for the subscription as well. I thoroughly appreciate that. Jaunty Angle in it. Like, dude, I don't know. I must have been knocked it when we put my headphones on. I didn't realise it was, like, skew-if. Mega Rocky, thank you, man. I appreciate it. I actually need a beard trim. I'm going to try and go on Thursday this week because my beard's getting a bit scraggly again, so I need to get it sorted out. Super pumped for the proto. I was the guy gawking over it at the NK meetup. Hey, man, so thank you so much for being here. Yeah, it was great to meet you. So, yeah. we've got some prototypes to show you in the 3 final colorways as well. This is going to be the 3 colorways we do. JQ, good evening, good sir. Thank you so much. You want the J-01 black and copper so bad? Well, we'll see. We'll see. Hi Jane, hi chat. Would anyone be able to teach me a way to know if a keycap set I am looking at would fit on a Zoom V3 I ordered through Prototypist? Thanks. Brother Dan, if it's a keycap set that you've bought through us, it probably will do. Most of them will fit on a Zoom V3, assuming you mean they're 65%. So like that's kind of like a standardized layout that most keycap sets will cover. If you need some store specific stuff, just drop me an email. I'll pick it up tomorrow, jae@prototypist.net. So you can drop me an email, or you can join the Discord server and ask in Discord. People will always be willing to help you in the Discord server too. Trojam, good evening, good sir. Thank you so much for being here. Random Q says, I jumped in and an Applebee's commercial fueled by DMX was the first thing I assaulted with. Wow, yeah, I have no control over what Twitch show you as like adverts. That's wow, yeah, that's something. That's something. We don't have Applebee's here, so yeah. Next time you have to come to Italy, sir. Yeah, I'm hoping at some point that you'll owe me a trip around Maranello, but we'll see. We'll see. Average Joe, the Unborn, thank you so much for being here, guys. These streams starting an hour before I need to go to sleep are really unfortunate. Carathox, I apologise. 8 p.m. is kind of like the good time for me to stream on a Sunday. I have such a busy kind of like weekends catching up on personal stuff because I work so many hours during the week that like 8 p.m. is kind of like a good start for me. Like have dinner with the wife and then come to the workshop, prep for an hour, and then I can stream. I think what a lot of people don't realize is that when you're streaming like this, it's more than just turning the camera on and being ready to go. There's probably a good 2 hours worth of prep here before I start the stream, plus maybe an hour on a Friday, so about 3 hours prep for a 3-hour stream. So there's a lot more that goes into it than just me turning a camera on and appearing on your screens. Who else have we got in chat? Zava, what I meant was base kits. Oh dude, we sell like all over the world. Like EU and UK is probably like 70% of our standard stuff. Like UK about 40% of all sales. EU takes another 20% to take up to like 60%. Maybe it's 70%. Maybe it's a little bit more than that for maybe it's 70%. But we ship all over the world. We ship to Japan regularly, the Philippines regularly, the USA every single day. We ship everywhere, dude. So like, yeah, it's impossible to give you some numbers off the top of my head. If it's just ISO kits that you mean, we sell those to the UK and the EU, and I think we sell maybe 1 or 2 a month outside of that, so very, very few in between, far between. Spicy Chow Mein, hey man, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Oscar says, and hear me out, no beard trim, and SPC bearded chaps go full Viking with plants and beards for the winters. I like my beard trim and neat. It gets itchy and scruffy if I let it grow too long. So, and I get these kind of like bits growing above my beard line. My beard line's like here, and I get bits growing above my beard line if I don't trim it. So, yeah. Can't grow a beard to save my life. Are you into like beard care related products? Yeah, I a little bit. Like I do brush my beard every day. I have special shampoo for it. I don't like beard oils, but I do have like a mousse that I put into my beard every night after I've been in the shower. So I do look after it, but yeah. Some talk about the bits and pieces there. GVB says my girlfriend gifted where's that gone? Gifted me a 12-year-old HHKB Pro 2 as part of our 1-year anniversary. Congrats, man, that's cool. Mr. Alex Otos, thank you so much for the raid. 295 people have just joined. And Alex, it was great to finally meet you in person at the NK meetup a couple of weeks ago. I hope you had a really good time because I had an amazing few days there over in Morgantown. It was really good to see you. So thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I didn't catch your stream today. I apologize. Usually I watch you for like an hour before I start streaming, but I didn't get a chance to do that today, so I apologize. Can't wait for the white J-01 FE. Gonna out it on the shelf next to my J-01 Rev 1. Yeah, nice. We do have a white one, sort of, but I'll walk you through that in a little bit of time. Discord should work for lots of helpful people. Yeah, asking the Discord, dude. Like the Discord is so helpful. Like there's so many cool people in there. A-Sub, thank you so much for 12 months of subs. PT birthday already. Thank you so much for that. Honest Account says, Jay, has anyone in the US ever got an order on the same day? Yeah, so that has happened historically. We've shipped on a Monday morning. Now, years ago, we used to have this thing where we'd pack orders on like a Monday, and they would be collected first thing on Tuesday morning at 8:30 a.m. by DHL. We moved away from that model, and we now get a collection in the afternoon, because that was just causing too many issues with people saying, you gave me a tracking code yesterday and it's only just been picked up today, what's going on? So we kind of moved away from that and moved to like an end of day shipping. But when we did do that, we had like an order that came in at like 8:15 a.m. and we were on the ball. We packed that order. It was going to California. I can remember the address. I won't say it on stream though. And we shipped it at 8:30 a.m. UK time. And DHL took it away. They did whatever DHL were doing with it. And then 17 hours later, from the packager's perspective, so not like including time dilations and all of that and time zones and everything, but the package itself took 17 hours to leave here and get to the customer address in California and be delivered to the customer. So it was still the same day here, and it was technically the customer's morning. So we shipped it on the morning, and the customer had then got it like late morning as well. I think maybe just afternoon. It was absolutely insane. 17 hours it took for the package to go from one door to the other, which when you think about it, 17 hours from the UK to the US, it's pretty damn impressive. Pretty impressive. It's unlikely to happen again. Now we go for a collection at the end of the day, because then they won't actually fly until the next day already. So you're talking losing 12 hours now, but yeah. Thank you so much, all the raiders from Alex Otis' stream. Maybe yes, played gamey, Jazzy Boy, everyone else as well. I hope you had a really, really good stream with Alex Otos. Alex is right. You do have an amazing beard. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Is that what you said? I had a good beard. How strange. How strange. What's the difference between... Oh, Nimble Machine. Thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Thank you so much, dude. That's very, very kind of you. That's very, very kind of you. What's the difference between retooled Vints and Butter Browns? So retooled Browns were a new brown switch a couple of years ago. They changed the tooling that manufactures the switches. That was a retooled one. A Vint switch, technically, depending on who you ask, vintage brown switches don't exist. But there were some boards in like early 90s. 94, I think, was the first one that came out that had a brown in. Basically, vintage ones are ones that have been in some kind of stock keyboard and used daily for the last 35 years, and then you've desoldered them, you're going to put them in something new. And Butter Browns is just, that's a way that they've been like diamond polished and re-lubricated on a modern switch. So those are the differences. So yeah, crazy. Time zones are wild. Yeah, dude, like 17 hours door to door, crazy. Beast Key says, how come this is the last time the cheesecakes have been stocked? You're forcing me to buy all the stock. There's none left. Like I reached out to all the other vendors and I said to them, we've sold out because they're really, really good. The cheesecake switches are chef's kiss, like double chef's kiss. That's how good they are for tactiles. And I said to all the other vendors, if you've got any, I'll buy some more off you. We managed to buy a small number, which was a fraction of what we had originally in stock. And we've almost sold out of those. And all of the other vendors either had already sold out or have very limited amounts left as well. So it's not worthwhile me buying them off them. So yes, it's going to be the last time we stock them unless we do a whole nother batch of them. But that means all the vendors joining together to do it. So yeah. Postcode J. Yeah, we'll be doing some discounts shortly if that's what you're looking for. Yeah. Sometimes the shipping is just crazy. I had stuff arrive from China to DK in less than 2 days. Yeah. I shipped a parcel through Hermes and it actually arrived. Dude, that is so true. Back in the early days of PT, we tried loads of different courier services out. We shipped 10 with DPD, and of those 10 that went pretty much worldwide, only 4 actually arrived. They lost 60% of the packages. It was nuts. It was nuts. So we stopped using them. Conan, thanks for being here, dude. Appreciate you being here. Evening chaps and chaptesses. Thank you so much for being here, Disc, as well. Typing my cheesecakes now. Yeah, they're really good. They're really good. You should do more batches. It's not as easy as that because it's not just up to me. It's up to the other vendors, and it's a lot of financial commitment for a switch that may not be as popular in the future if something else comes out. So it's not as easy as just buying more. So yeah. The cheesecakes are the closest to feel like Topa switches, which is definitely a good thing. They're probably the best tactile on the market right now, in my opinion. The cheesecake switches. So yeah. Every would have been 1 out of 10. I don't think we used every. They did try and quote for us when we were moving away from DHL because DHL's prices were just getting insane. But we could never move to Every, I don't think. Oh, Every is Hermes. Are they the same company now? Is that who it is? Yeah, DPD is the worst we've ever tried. I shipped a bunch of my stuff overseas with DPD, and while it did arrive, my boxes looked like they'd been beaten with a bat, and dealing with the customer service was a nightmare. Yeah, I mean, every now and again we have one that we ship through DHL or UPS, and it's been damaged, or the box has popped open, or you know, these things happen when you're shipping thousands and thousands of packages. I mean, we ship like 5,000 packages a month, right? So when something like that can happen like once every 6 months or something, and when it does, they always do an investigation, and it could just be a driver's dropped it, or it's been in a pile and the pile's got knocked over, or something, it's fallen over on the airplane or whatever. So yeah, these things do happen. But yeah, that's it. Do love DHL, but shipping prices are crazy. That's why we moved to UPS. Like UPS are, if we went back to DHL now, the prices would be approximately double the UPS prices for pretty much everywhere, and it's insane. Like there is no reason for it to cost £33 to ship something to the US. That's like $40. Instead, if you check it now, depending on where you are in the US and how remote your address is, it's going to be around £17, which is, you know, much better. So yeah. I got here with the raid. Any updates about the tube clock keyboard? It's super interesting. Yeah, it's on my desk right now. This is, oops, that's what we're going to talk through in a minute. Hold on, let me get rid of that. There we go. This is the Nixie, Project Nixie. It does have a fully working Nixie tube clock in it. That's the current time. Brass side panels on either side. The keycaps are on 2 different planes. There's kind of like a different plane here and here, just to kind of give you the edge to be able to view it. And these are a custom 1-of-1 set of keycaps as well. These are made by Keymax. It's a 1-of-1 set, UK ISO MX layout for his own sculpt that he makes double shot in his own garage at home. So yeah, fixed cable, no USB daughter boards or anything on this one. That's the controls for the clock, and it does say Nixie up here in the back corner. We use a French cleat to hold the case together, custom feet. Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's built with original Nixie switches harvested from an old Nixdorf keyboard as well, on a POM plate, and I use it daily. It's great. It's great. In terms of will it ever come to a group buy, maybe we could do 10. I don't know. Like it's such a difficult thing to get the clock and everything working. There's a ton of electronics in here that are non-standard parts, and it needs a lot of detailed soldering. Maybe we'll do like 10 in stock at some point, and if they sell, they sell, and if they don't, they don't. It's just one of those things. I will accept UPS regularly, just deciding not to deliver to my house and instead take it to the local supermarket given the price. At least it consistently gets here and they don't just leave it on the street, and it's cheap. Yeah, so under our contract, UPS are not allowed to leave our packages on doorsteps here in the UK. I can't remember if that's the same for the US or not, but I think the US is very different. But yeah, we try and make sure everyone gets what they want. Mango Rocky said, is PBT fans Emma and the pumpkin spice supposed to be in pre-order already? I didn't see any notifications on the Discord updates unless I missed it. So Emma, no, but it is. So if you want it, you can buy it. Pumpkin spice, yes, it was supposed to go live on Friday. The announcement for that on Discord will come on Monday, because I was waiting for Captain Sterling to do kind of like the Instagram vendor type crossover post thing. So we did that yesterday. So yeah, or today, it might be this morning. So yeah, so absolutely it'll be announced tomorrow. So yeah, but they're both live. You can purchase them. Blue Pretty, what's the keyboard on the Oopsie screen? Oh, it's not an Oopsie screen, it's just a website. So it's literally just this. Like when I start talking through updates and stuff in a minute, it'll just be on here, and it's just the ND75. It's just the prototypist website is this. That's all it is. ND75s are in stock. That's all it's for. But I'll talk through that as I give some updates on latest news and positions very soon. When will the UPS pricing go live? UPS is live on the site right now. We only ship via UPS right now for international. How long was the board in the works for? The Project Nixie? It's been an idea probably for nearly 10 years, and Josh and Tom, who worked with it. Josh is actually the PT in-house designer, but it was a non-PT project. It was kind of a bit of a friendship project between me, Tom, who may or may not be watching, and Josh, who's a member of the team here at PT to get it produced. Tom did all of the hardware and electronic kind of design and came up with a new PCB. Josh did the actual keyboard PCBs, worked out how to integrate the two together, and did the CAD file for the cases and everything else. And he basically just took the idea that was in my mind out of my head and made it a reality. And I was the money man. I just paid for it. So yeah, I had like, this is my idea, go make it, here's the money. That was all I did. I did nothing. So yeah. We can do a tapping test later on, Mango. Yeah, I think they'll definitely sell. Maybe we'll sell a kidney to get that keyboard. Dude, it's going to be so expensive if we do it. Like, it's going to be like, I don't know, like, it'll be under $2,000 is probably the best I can say if we did it. But it depends on whether Josh and Tom want to do like another 10 or something. It depends on what we can do. So yeah. No, but it is, yeah. So Emma, PBT fans, Emma isn't supposed to go into pre-order until the end of the month. So here's what happens. So KBD fan, right? This is like vendor to vendor stuff. This is me giving you a behind the scenes peek. So I've opened the curtains and I'm showing you behind the vendor scenes here. So PBT fans Emma has just finished production last week, and it's currently en route from KBD fans through to the PT warehouse in China. Okay, so on its way there. It'll probably arrive Tuesday, Wednesday. And KBD fans said to prototypists and all the vendors that they were going to put it live and in stock on the 31st of August. And we were like, we won't even have the sets by then. Like, if they want to get to our warehouse next week, we've got to get them with 1,001 other products into a container onto a ship. Shipping takes 6 weeks. You know, we're realistically not going to have them until September. No matter what we do, we can't get them faster than that unless we airship them, but then there's no margin and we would literally be making a loss on every set we sold. So what we said is we put it up for pre-order when KBD fans put it in stock. Our member of staff put the pre-order up, Sharon didn't select the date it was supposed to go live as the 31st. I think she just put the next day at 6 p.m. and it's been live on the website since. So, you know, if you buy it, you buy it. If you're not, it's whatever. Like, it's just there. Like, we're not going to ping it and announce it. It's just there. So, yeah. Yeah, so there we go. ND75 has been getting plenty of recommendations in MKUK. Surprisingly, they haven't been selling, which is, I don't know, unusual. They're really good for the price. Solid aluminium keyboards for like 110 quid or something. They're really, really good, but they're just not selling. So it's just one of those things. V-Rugdush says, will you be stocking the upcoming Black Snail kits? Interesting concept with a set that keeps expanding. Yeah, we'll be working with Joan on that. So we haven't fully gone through the details yet, but we will be working with him on it, I think. So yeah. Do you think the alpha kits will come back in stock with the new kits? I don't know off the top of my head. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Light, medium, or dark roast. So Meme God, this is not Typist Brew. This is something completely different, which is a good segue into doing our weekly updates. So where are we at from a PT perspective? Let's first start with Jay's Roastery. This is my coffee shop. We only ship to the UK at present, but this is jaysroastery.co.uk. We have 3 coffees: Classics Blend, the Fiction Blend, and the Sci-Fi Blend. At the moment, I'm drinking the Fiction Blend. This is a house blend. We have it in coffees all over the local area. You can actually go into coffees and buy this as a house coffee. But we just started to sell this in kind of like a alpha early access mode to you guys to pick the coffee up. You can get it in different bag sizes. You can subscribe and get a little bit off. There's a whole detail on the coffee story. There's brewing notes on there as well, whether you want espresso or pour over, and this goes for all of the coffees as well, so you can pick those up. There's tons still to come to this site as well. We do want to make it completely customer facing. At the minute it's just alpha access, so there's kind of like a lot of the content is AI generated, like these images here. That'll all be replaced. There's a new logo in the works. There's a whole new website in the works that's going to have like a book club on there for different brews and stuff. We're going to have guest brews coming on, some single origins and things like that as well. We're also 100% sustainable in this business, and yeah, all that kind of good stuff as well. On the PT side, the Jane V3 rubber hose group buy is live as well right now. If you did purchase the GMK rubber hose keycap set, you can buy a TGR Jane rubber hose edition keyboard through from us. So these are available in group buy right now. They're fully available to anyone who bought the key set. If you can't access this and you think you should be able to, please drop me an email and we can double check whether you should be able to access it or not, but that's available right now. In stock, DCS Honeywell is now in stock, shipping straight away. It's pretty cheap for considering the kind of coverage you get. Sadly, there's no UK ISO in here, but it's a pretty full-on base kit. So you can get a ton of compatibility on this if you're interested in some DCS that's in stock. And my favorite set that we put in stock right now is KKB Pandora. This has come out just absolutely stunning. If you like a gradient style set, this might be for you. Snicket's done a great job of it. It's selling out pretty quick. I can't confirm how long it'll still be in stock for, but it's selling out pretty quick, so take a look at that. You can also check out our live group buys here. We've got the Rubber Hose Hebe Artisan going live right now, so you can pick that up. DCS Lamb Red Alert as well, which is pretty cool. If you want a Red Alert set with a bit of beige in it, might be the one for you to pick up. And if you do pick up the beige version of the base kit, there's a UK ISO kit you can pick up too. So yeah, you can get those keys there. And then, as we talked about before, in pre-order we've got this GMK CYL BAE add-on kit. We've also got PBT Vans Emma, and we've also got KKB Pumpkin Spice, which has UK ISO in the base kit because the designer is an amazing person. So there is a UK ISO already in the base kit, which is pretty cool, especially for the price it is. Like, it's a bargain price for what you get in that base kit. Absolute bargain price, and it's really pretty as well. In terms of supporting the stream, guys, if you want to support the stream, you are more than welcome to. You can subscribe through Twitch, or you can also subscribe through our Ko-fi or Coffee. We do get a bigger cut if you do it through here, and you can still access the SPC. That is our subs only channel on Discord, and there's 3 different levels for that. You can get the SPC Discord and exclusive access to store discounts. If you also go for the more expensive one, you get a free keyboard build service every year, where I'll build your keyboard on stream. And if you go the XXL one, you'll get the inner circle, which means we'll send some prototypes to you to test and then pay for shipping both ways, so you can give your feedback on them. So lots going on. So yeah, cool. In terms of other news, we're doing pretty well here at PT at the moment. Everything in stock is shipping pretty much same day, so if you order something from us, it'll ship the same working day right now.
Tasty, tasty.
Mr. Josh, thank you so much for your subscription. I appreciate that. As well as that, we've pretty much completed all of the group buys that we have physically here to ship, apart from 2, sorry. So on Monday we'll be finishing off the last 5 or 6 orders for the Monarchy K group buy. Those boards will be shipping out on Monday. The only group buy that we physically have here that we can't ship out at the moment is the Allura 65, and that's because we're having to go back as Kiko has ghosted us for a while, and the vendors are having to kind of like group together to try and buy more PCBs that work with the boards and redesign them from scratch and stuff. So that's the only group buy we have here that we haven't shipped yet. Up and coming, we've got a ton of stuff on its way from China right now. We've got a 40-foot container that's due to hit PT on I think the 18th of September, something like that, 19th of September. So it's a few weeks away yet, so we've got a couple of weeks downtime, but as soon as that arrives, we'll be busy again shipping stuff out for that, so do watch out for it. Yeah, there's very little else to tell you that's going on. We have an extra car in the workshop we don't usually have here. That's a friend's. It's only here for a couple of days. It's going to be going soon. Let's catch up with chat, see what you guys have been talking about. My kilogram renewed today. It did. It's already been sorted. It'll ship tomorrow. Yeah. Fiction Blend is incredibly addictive. Highly recommend. Thank you, dude. The Fiction Blend is like what I envisage as a really good house coffee, and it took so long to work with the local roastery company that we use to get that blend done, but we've got it and it's nailed on. So yeah, what is your preferred way to use MX Browns? I have a TGR Jane CEV2 built with Browns, so yeah, that's where I use them in that board. Purchased the Jane V3. Congratulations, Trojam. Well done. Lots of people already have bought the Jane V3, so if anyone else is interested, get your orders in soon. It finishes on the 25th, so there's only a week left. Got in on Carbon today. Glad it made it. Yeah, Oblotsky messaged me yesterday morning, and he was like, dude, what are we going to do about the GMK Carbon International kit? I was like, well, how many have you sold? He gave me a number. I told him how many I'd sold, and we were like, that's nowhere near MQ. Can we do this? And if we divvied up the numbers, we worked it out, and we were able to get it over the line. And it's always a pleasure working with Oblotsky because those conversations take like 5 messages. It was like literally like a 5-message span to get to that decision. Whereas sometimes when you're working with other vendors, it can take so long to go backwards and forwards. Is this going to get made? Do we have to cull it? Can we group together to get it through? Whatever. So just to work with Oblotsky, always really good. Yeah. Newfie, hey man, good to see you. Pumpkin spice is very, very pretty. Yeah, it's a stunning set. Like, it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Just like you will find. Average Joe, are there many raw J-02 left? I think there's only a handful left, like maybe 15, something like that. They've almost sold out now. But if you want one, like, you need to get on it pretty quick. Josh is here. Nice to see Nixie on Ko-fi. Yeah, for the Ko-fi image, I decided to use the Nixie project for it because it's just the thing I'm most proud of at me. That picture is actually stolen from Alex. That is actually Alex's picture. I hope he doesn't mind. He's a good guy, is Alex. He's really nice, and he took this picture and he shared it with me. So yeah, that is an Alex Soto's original picture. Thank you, Josh, for the 32 months of subs as well. Currently on a 31-month streak. That's kind of crazy. Roos says, is the rubber hose Jane in grey the same colour as grey as the one shown at the MK UK meetup? Yes, it is. It is the same colour grey. Is the ND75 keyboard assembled edition a good starter board for my stepson? Yeah, like the ND75 is a great board if you're just getting into keyboards. The switches in that board have no right being as good as it is. Let me show you the ND75 because for the price it is. It's a pre-built 75% with a screen, right? Okay, and it's £118 including VAT, or £98 excluding VAT. So it's like $120. It's cheap as anything. It comes in 4 different colors, and they're all really, really cool. The switches that are in it, I can't remember what they're exactly called. What are they called? Oh yeah, dopamine blue Gateron linear switches. They are unbelievably nice. They're so nice to type on, like unbelievably good. But it's got tri-mode, it's screwless, it's got three different mounting styles, it's got stabilizers that already come lubed. It's ready to go out of the box for 120 quid. It's like, it's a bargain. It comes with keycaps. You literally open the box up and it's like this. It's good to go. You just plug it in and off you go. It's crazy. The value for money with this is crazy. And it's a good looking board as well. It's a really good looking keyboard. It's a genuinely good looking keyboard. It's got a weight on the bottom of it, which has got the mill line still in it. It's a really nice thing. For the price, it's unbelievable. So yeah, definitely take a look at that. If you're looking for something that's to get someone into the hobby, or as a gift for someone to get them into the hobby, it's an ideal start board. The only downside to it is it's ANSI only, but that was just from a pricing perspective. It was impossible for us to order enough to get an ISO version. So yeah, that's the way it is. A container of 40 feet, a 40-foot container. So when you ship things internationally and you use a sea, like a vessel on the sea, they put large metal containers on there, and you've seen these in films where they're fighting on boats and whatever else, and there's these big containers, and there's 2 sizes. There's 20-foot ones which are half size, and there's a full size one which is 40 foot, which means it's 40 feet from the doors to the back. So that's like 2 cars basically. You can fit 2 cars back to back in there, and it's 40 feet. We generally fill one of those up and then we ship it over. So that takes us we ship one every 4 to 6 weeks. So we fill one up and then we ship it over, and then we fill one up and then we ship it over. So yeah, just to keep the economies of scale so that we can keep prices low. Otherwise we'd have to increase prices if we shipped more regularly. So yeah. Car review? Wait, what? You want a car review? No, I don't have any good cars. Very tempted to desolder the broken in MX Browns from my 9-year-old Logitech keyboard. Yeah, they're probably pretty nice. Probably be nice. Good about the carbon kit. I purchased that set. Nice, man. Thank you, dude. More Nordic UK kits for the Nordic UK good. Yeah, we'll probably end up with a load of them sat in stock for a long time, but yeah. Alex took that photo. I still can't believe that's something that came from my brain. Dude, Nixie's so cool. It's so cool. Was there already a proper grey there? I thought the Protea Head J was much darker in the group by ones. As far as I know, it's the same colour. Kevin at KLC hasn't let me know that that's changed, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. The blue use for the ND75 is so nice. It is, and the switches are good as well. Yeah, it's a great gift. Agree. Crazy, love to see many more of these over Logitechs and GMMKs. Dude, like if I could like fill the world with stuff like that, I would, because it's just such a good thing. There's an ISO standard for containers. There's an ISO standard for almost everything. It's just the French, standards organization. Nibble Machine says, Jay, do you know if the DCS Honeywell sets you received have the backspace keys that were talked about elsewhere and are subject to being replaced? They should say backspace instead. Yes, they're already on the way. They will arrive on Monday. So if you've already ordered the set, there will be a replacement on the way out to you, which will be coming from Signature Plastics direct to you. I just haven't updated Notion because I haven't been at work since. And if you've ordered it from us and we haven't shipped it yet, it will ship with the correct key in it on Monday or Tuesday. So yeah. That's the way it goes. Sorry, I just joined. What keyboard is that on your desk? This is my Project Nixie keyboard. It's one of 3 currently made. It's a collaboration between myself, Josh and Tom. Josh is the designer of the case and everything else. I basically said, I want this, Josh, and he went ahead and designed it. Tom did all the electronic work and got the Nixie clock working inside of the case. And all I did was basically say, this is what I want. They agreed it was a cool idea, and I just paid for it because I cannot do anything else in that kind of vein. So yeah, that's it. I'm excited to build mine. Excited to build all of the things. Yeah, absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Cool. Okay, so I think we've talked about every PT news. The next thing to do is talk about discounts on the store today. I'm thinking about just doing like a blanket discount because, like, I don't know. Like, is there anything you guys want a discount on? Is there anything you've been considering buying from the store that you'd like a discount on? Bear in mind, it can't be something we've put in stock in like the last, 2 weeks, because that would just be insane to give you a discount on stuff like that. But if there's anything that you would like to get a discount on, just put it into chat. Blanket discount means like I could just do like 10% off everything on the store that's in stock, but like it's often better for me to look at what you guys want to do, because if you guys say to me, oh, we want these 4 products and like 4 or 5 of you agree, we can like give some bigger discounts. I think Lights Out has already got a free shipping coupon. Like, we can't do like free shipping to the US because it's just too expensive. We already cover half the cost of shipping to the US, I think, or 30% or something. So you guys get a discounted rate on it already. I think we've already got Lights Out on a discount, right? So if something's already discounted, we can't discount it anymore. Yeah, so DSS Light Outs, it's already got a 50% discount on it. So, oops, wrong one, that way. Yeah, it's already got a 50% discount on it as Lights Out, so I can't give you a discount on a discount. That'd just be insane. And we'd be basically paying you to take it away. So yeah. I could probably do like a free shipping for UK customers and maybe a percentage off for US customers or something like that. Redbeard, it really depends on where you are. But yeah, Lights Out has already got a discount on. Doys, do you mean the Doys pad? We can probably do a discount on the Doys pad because they've been in stock for a while. If you mean the Doys pad, yeah, we can do a discount on those. We can probably do it. Let me do a discount on that. We can do a few discounts today. So if there's anything else, drop it in the chat while I'm creating this discount code for, and we'll give that for you. So amount off products, I could probably do 20% off the Doys pad. Because we it's not the Doys keycap, it's the in-stock Doys pad. Where is it? In-stock Doys pad. Okay, add. Okay, it'll finish when the stream finishes, so you basically got until 11 PM UK time to buy this. Okay, so the following code, 20% off Doys macro pad. Use that code, and it's at this web address. Okay, so that's discount 1. There you go. That's discount 1. Anything else people want to see a discount on? The GMK 1520 base. I can't do it on the 1520 base. The problem with MT New is it's so new that we can't do a discount on that. The Hebe Mia Botanical 2, I can do a discount on that. I can do 20% on that, actually. I know I can. So the same code that worked for that, we can do a discount on. So Hebe Mia, hold on a second. Yeah, okay. So the Hebe Mia will also get 20% off. It'll be the same code. And that is... that's this link right here. I can't do a discount on the Doise keycaps. We can do it on the Doise pad, but not the keycaps. The problem with the Doise keycaps is they're pretty cheap anyway, because they're small kits. So I can't do it on both, unfortunately. Like, you know, they're 13 quid. They're next to nothing anyway. So yeah, so like, it'd just be silly to give a discount on that. Like, it'd be pennies that we'd be saving you, so there's no point. Free UK shipping. I was looking at EBPT Spectrum CMYK. Well, the problem is I can't do free shipping and all of the other stuff, so like I couldn't make them work together, unfortunately. But I can do like a free shipping code for UK customers, just for the duration of the stream. Let me generate that now. I can, yeah, United Kingdom. Like, if you spend 50 quid, you can have free shipping in the UK. And that'll finish at 11 PM as well. Let me put that into chat. That's £50 before VAT, so it'll be 60 quid including VAT. So there we go. So Redbeard, shipping price is like, depends on where you are. UPS charge it based on where you are physically, but it's like the same price from 1 gram up to 3,000 grams, and then the price will go up after that based on weight. But it's like a blanket rate for, it'll be the same price for a keycap set as it will for a plate, because it's like the minimum cost for us to do it, and we already like subsidize the US cost of shipping, so it depends on where it's going. Keebdweeb, KKB chocolate literally went in stock last week. I can't give you a discount on something that's just gone in stock. Like, you know, where is it? It's here. Like, it's only just gone in stock when we drop the Bauer lights. Like, I can't do a discount on something that's in stock that recently. Like, it has to be at least a few months in stock, I'm afraid. It has to be a few months in stock. Is it me or is the phone ring? It might be the account. It might be. Yeah. Like, I just can't do a discount on something that's just so new to the store. Like, it'd just be stupid of me to do that. So yeah, can you subsidize Northern Irish shipping? Wait, no, don't do that. I have no money. I can tell you what I can do, actually, because I'm giving UK free shipping. What I can do is I can give money off shipping. Shipping discount. Discount code, generate random code. How can I do this? No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I don't think I can do a discount actually for shipping like that. What a discount. Yeah, unfortunately I can't do it that way. I did want to do it, but unfortunately the way Shopify works, I can't do it. I tell you what I'll do is if you're in the US and you don't use any of the other codes, or if you're anywhere in the world and you don't use the other codes, you can have 5% off the store, and then it'll so all customers, yeah, limit to 1 use per customer. Can't use it with anything else. 11 PM. Okay, right. So if you're not in the UK and you're not using the free shipping and you're not using discount codes to get anything else, you can use this code to get 5% off anything in stock. You can't use all of the codes together though, I'm afraid. So yeah, there you go. That's 5% off anything in stock. But they'll all finish in just under 3 hours. So bear that in mind. 2 hours, just over 2 hours, sorry, 2.25 hours. There you go. Bartowski, thank you so much for the 23 months of subs. I thoroughly appreciate that. I hope that's enough discount codes to get you guys buying. Like, I wish I could discount everything for you guys, but it's just bad business to do that. So, yeah. There's tons of stuff there. Tons of stuff that you can get discount on. Stores asks good question. He says, how much more expensive is it to use R5 molds and GMK sets? A lot more expensive. You add R5 and it adds a lot onto the price straight away. I don't know an exact number for you or a percentage, but it makes a set from being affordable to unaffordable. Most keycap sets that are priced over £120 in group buy tend not to sell very well because people don't want to spend that, and I appreciate it completely. So R5 will always make it more expensive, and it's such a shame because R5 is so cool, but I think it has a higher failure rate, so they have to do more caps, and that increases the cost, I think. So yeah. Steelhead says, Jay, what's the literage of boxes used to store your keycaps behind you? Weird question, but always been curious. They're 0.9 liters. They're from a company called Allbox, but they only sell wholesale, so you have to buy 1,000 boxes at a time. So yeah. How come you did not stock SW Foundation? We weren't asked to, so we only stock generally what we're asked to. I'm not the type of vendor that really goes out to try and find products to sell. I prefer it if the customers come to us, and sorry, not the customers, the designers come to us and ask us if we want to sell their stuff. Like, I tend to find that works a way better process, so you know, that's just how it is. So yeah. Mangaroki, all the stock is available in the store. If you can add it to cart, you can buy it. If you can't, you can't. So yeah. I'll just add the stuff I want to my J-01 FE. Fine, no worries, dude, no worries. UPS left my package on the porch. Naughty, naughty. They shouldn't be doing that in the EU or the UK. They're 100% they shouldn't be doing that. If they do, report it to us. We'll report it back to them because that's not what they should be doing. Mr. Gimp says your accountant will be preparing a metal table tennis paddle with your name etched into it if you make any more discounts. Yeah, maybe. R0 is similar. Yeah, I haven't seen any quotes for anything with R0 in for a while, apart from ASCII. R0 is an interesting one. I love R5. I don't like R0. It's just too tall compared to the rest of the cherry caps. Yeah, I think it does add a cost, but I don't think it's as much as adding R5 in. Like, R5 is just a lot more expensive. Yeah. Didn't get the evening notification. Ah, Gemma, it's fine. You're here now. You're here now. You've got more important things going on anyway. Right, thank you Jellymaster for putting all of the codes and links together. So yeah, you can get 20% off the Doys macro pad or the Hebe Mia. You can also get free shipping if you're in the UK, £50 minimum spend, or if you're outside of the UK, you can get 5% off the total of your order with a code as well. I think that's pretty good. And then none of the codes will work together, so you have to like pick the code that works best for you. I hope that helps. Like, I hope that helps. I wish I could give discounts to other stuff that you guys asked for, but like stuff we've just put in stock, it's a no-go. Like, I just can't do it. Like, it's just be stupid. Like, oh, here's this new product, now here's 30% off. Like, it's just not something I can do. I wish I could, but I can't. I can't, unfortunately. Right. Okay. What's up next? So, I'm gonna finish my coffee because like all the foam's gone off of it, and it's getting cold, so I'm going to finish this up. It's not actually the best coffee I've ever made because I don't like oat milk particularly, and I had to mix oat milk and dairy milk to get enough milk to make the coffee with, so it's one of those things today. It does taste very chocolatey though. Right, that's that done. Oh, right, okay. I've got a few things to show you and unbox today, so let's crack on with that. First up, that's going to go there because that is this is a color sample actually. So this is a color sample for a pink. I wanted a really nice pink to do something in, and I'm going to leave this up here for you guys to just keep an eye on because we'll talk about that in a minute. First up, I actually got a new knife in, which I haven't opened yet. If you don't know, like, I've designed my own knife and had it manufactured, but I'm constantly buying other knives to try and figure out some cool stuff to do with them. The downside to this knife is, although this has like a quick release for a blade, I tend not to prefer the metal blades. I tend to prefer ceramic blades like these. These are what I tend to use day to day. Unfortunately, I designed this slightly wrong, and inside the clip that holds into these two grooves here doesn't work on these. These are manufactured slightly smaller, and it doesn't work. So yeah, so I had to use a steel one in this until I get it remade. But I'm constantly buying other knives for things like well, just for unboxing packages and stuff like that. So I have this one here. This came the other day. It's from EDC Munster. I haven't really looked at it yet. It does come with a blade, but we're not going to use that. We're not going to use that. We're going to use one of these, if it fits. Some spare screws and shims, always good. And this is the knife itself. It's pretty cool, interesting design. Lots of milled work on it. Let's put a blade in it and see how it goes. Very futuristic, yeah. If you guys haven't used ceramic blades as well, and you use a blade quite often, I would absolutely recommend them to anyone. They are incredibly sharp. They don't really lose their edge. How does this one work? Is that a pull over tab? Okay, I see. They don't really lose their edge. Okay, that does work. Okay. Okay, so we've got a bar to plug it across. There we go. So that's that. They don't really lose their edge. They're constantly really sharp. They're much safer, and if you cut yourself with it, it's a much cleaner cut. So it tends to heal a bit quicker as well. That's pretty nice. It's a nice way. I'm not too keen on the kind of like bracket here to hold it on like the pen clip. That's probably going to have to come off. It's a pretty cool design. We'll give it a try for a few days and see how it goes. Still nothing's quite worked as well for me as the titanium one. But as I say, I do need to adjust the design so that I can use the non-standard blades, but we'll give this a go for a few days, see how it plans out. Leave that there in case we need it. Cool, okay. OUTs. We will be building a Bauer as we get to it. Yes, Destiny Warts. That's a nice colour sample. Looks very good. Yeah. Excitement for all the things. Dude, yeah. How's your week been, Netsy? Mine's been fine. Thank you very much for asking. So today was actually a good day. You'd have enjoyed it because I spent the day changing spark plugs on my car. I still have some grease under my nails from it. So for those who don't know, I have a vintage classic car, Datsun 240Z from 1976. It has a straight six 2.8 litre engine in it, and a couple of weeks ago I brought it into the workshop and was just driving it on a daily basis, and I was going to take Mel out for lunch in it, and for some reason it kept losing power. So yeah, I didn't know what was going on, but it felt like a fuel issue. I took it home, picked up the Audi, drove the Audi back into work. It was fine with the lunch and that, whatever else. So today I kind of like, the other day I redid the whole fuel injection system, like cleaned it all out, cleaned all the injectors out and everything else. That was a pain. It could probably do with some new ones, which I'm probably going to look at in the next, like over the winter. But today I changed all the spark plugs, and the old spark plugs were really, really bad. If you guys are interested, there's some pictures on Instagram. They were the wrong spark plugs, and it was over fueling. So I've adjusted the idle valve, which has helped a little bit, and the correct spark plugs are working now. So what happened was I built the car and restored it nearly 10 years ago, 9 years ago this year it was since I put it back on the road. And whilst I was doing all the bodywork, I had someone else do the engine for me. So I stripped the engine down and rebuilt it personally, like put all new piston rings in and stuff like that. But then what I had them do was actually check I'd done it all right and then tune the engine. And it's them that have used the wrong spark plugs. So it's been running for the last 9 years, doing a couple thousand miles a year on the wrong spark plugs. Anyway, that's all done now, but that was a really enjoyable morning. So yeah, it was a really enjoyable morning. So yeah, that was what we did. Goal not showing. Yeah, so the goal isn't showing below because I need to write some code that's going to change the goal. So because we are in the process of moving like supporters over to Ko-fi instead of so this is the difference, right, guys? So if you want to support the stream and you support through Twitch and it costs you like $5, £5 for a sub, we get about half of that, just under half. We get about 45% of it, 40 to 45% of it. If you do a Twitch Prime sub, which is really, really great, we get about 80 pence for it, which is fantastic, and I love you guys for it. If you support us through Ko-fi instead, you get all the same benefits, but we get something like 95% of the cash. So it's something like £4.25 out of the £4.99 that we get. It's crazy how much it is. So instead of like, you know, £2.40 or something like that, we get £4.20. So it's a huge difference. It's about, well, it's almost double in terms of payout that we get if you guys support us through Ko-fi. So what I need to do for the subs goal is create something that tracks both the Ko-fi and the stream subs goal and uses them both to count up so that we can kind of do it across there as well. So once I've ridden that, that's what we'll be basically going to. So this does have like a tips goal. So we're at 37% of the tips goal. And if you join the SPC and you sub, you get access to free discounts, a free secret channel on the Discord server, early look at some cool behind the scenes look. If you go for one of the higher tiers on either Twitch or Ko-fi, you'll get a free keyboard build service. And if you go for the ultimate tier on either as well, you get Inner Circle, which means we'll ask you to test some prototypes each year. So yeah, there's all that kind of stuff as well. So it's just more financially beneficial for us if you support us through Ko-fi or Ko-fi rather than through Twitch. But whatever works for you guys is more than fine. You don't have to support us in that way. Just you watching is more than enough for me. But I want to give you guys options in terms of how your donations are spent. Do you want to pay both Twitch, the platform, and me, or do you want to pay more me, or what? How do you want to split that? Giving you options gives you choice, keeps you in control of how you're supporting the channel, how you're supporting myself, and how you're supporting the team. And all of the funds are used for things like taking the team out for dinner. It's used for events like that. It's used to hotels when we go to meetups and stuff like that. So it's all used for that kind of stuff. It's also used for things that we give away and buy on stream and all of that kind of stuff as well. So whatever you guys want to support us is great, even if it's just by watching or telling people about us. But if you do want to give financially and that's within your means, then you can now choose how you want to do that, through Twitch and support Twitch as well, or through Ko-fi, Ko-fi, and support us a little bit more financially. Whatever works for you. Nothing is required for access to anything that's free. So yeah. Those little cards in your Ko-fi banner, it'd be awesome if we could order those to be laser cut. Yeah, you can do in the Ko-fi banner, yeah. Hold on, let's put that back on. This little wooden tile here. So yeah, I make those on the laser cutter for when we do like trade shows and meetups and things like that. I will literally just write out what I want, put it in the PT font, and draw a box around it, put the logo in the bottom corner, and I cut it out. And it doesn't take long. If you ever wanted something like that, you could probably just drop me an email and bulk order it, and we could cut it out for you in some plywood, or engrave it on some acrylic or whatever else. You could even buy the material you want it, have it shipped to us, and then we just do the work for you and charge you for the laser time. So yeah, we could absolutely do that for you guys as well. Right, okay. I want to make one to take into the order with my board. Nice. Out of curiosity, how come I can use Apple Pay on PT before the checkout screen, but not at the checkout screen? Two bands, you should be able to check out. Disc, thank you so much for the donation. I thoroughly appreciate that. That would be $5.52 of treats for Workshop Doggos. Thank you very much for that. All donations on donations will go straight to Workshop Doggo. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. Do you have a link? Link to Ko-fi? Yeah, Oskulane's dropped it in chat. There you go. You should be able to use Apple Pay at any point, Superhands. As far as I'm aware, it's turned on, so you should be able to use it. If it's not, it could be that Shopify is doing something in the background. It's down just for a few minutes. If it's still not working tomorrow, drop me an email. I'll take a look into it. But we've had customers check out today with it, I think. Let me have a look. Yeah, we had an order just 40 minutes ago using Apple Pay. So, I don't know. Should be fine. DCS Honeywell is mine. Thanks for the free shipping. No need for American chopper memes this week. You're welcome. We need some higher res SPC rockets for the Ko-fi page. Yeah, I don't know why they're showing like that. But I'll get some proper ones made at some point soon. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get some proper ones made soon. Right, okay. Time to show you guys some keyboards then. So you guys have seen the J-01 prototype before. This is the same prototype you've seen a couple of weeks ago. This is the one that we had at both the NK meetup and the UK meetup as well. So this is the aluminium, anodized black and copper mid-piece and pen rail. And it sounds delicious. It sounds delicious. It is magnetic top. These aren't the correct magnets, and these are only super glued in, not press fit. So this was very much a rush job. So please don't worry about the white powder here and stuff like that. It's just glue. This is the top case, magnets on the rear side. Again, ignore the mess there. That was just me rushing to get it done. You'll see a much cleaner version in a few minutes. Pen rail screwed in, nice and solid. You can rest anything on there. The build itself, you can pop out the plate and PCB, disconnect the JST cable, and there you go. That's the plate and PCB assembly. All of our PCBs are pink. This is Josh's custom design for the J-01. That's the layout. It's a 65% with exploded area and 2 macro columns XT. This is GMK Midnight Rainbow on a POM plate with black cherry pies. So that's how quickly you can change out the whole build. You can just literally pop it out, pop it down, drop the top case on, and you're good to go. I'm going to put that to one side for a minute because we do have, so this is from one factory. We're not going to go forward with this factory because there's some issues with some of the builds, and this goes for the J-03 as well, which we'll be doing soon. I'll have some news on that in a couple of weeks. So we've got a different factory we're going to work with, and they produced that same colorway for us. So this is the latest prototype. This is also anodized black with copper mid-piece and pen rail. I started to put the magnets in this, but I haven't finished yet. So you'll see that I've press fit the magnets in on this, and there's no white shapes. But I haven't done all of the magnet slots yet. I've still got some more to do, and I haven't done them on this piece either yet. So bear that in mind. But if you wanted to change the build over, like this is how quickly you can change the build over. So if you had multiple PCB and plate layouts, look how quick that was. Look how quick that was. And you just change the whole build over. Apart from the plugging in of the JST cable, that's how quick and easy it is. So you'll see here a couple of things I want to show you. The reason why we're not going with this manufacturer for the original prototype is, if you can see, oh, this is going to be really difficult to show me. There is a texture to the anodization that I just didn't quite like. And I wanted something super nice and smooth. Let me see if I can show you that. Can you see the texture to it there in the light? Just here, there's like a texture to it. It was fine, but it's not great. And it was pretty expensive. Whereas the new one that we've got, excuse the fingerprints, it's super clean and super smooth. And I'm just absolutely blown away by it. Oh, the pink isn't the plate. No, the pink's the gasket. So the gasket just... the gasket material fully encapsulates the plate, so it just clips on the plate. So you can see the plates underneath there. So this is just the gasket, and it just literally goes all the way around the plate and hugs it tight, basically. It's fully isolation mount, so this is the only thing that touches the case is the gasket, which means it gives you those lovely creamy noises when you're typing. So yeah, so we wanted something super smooth for the anodization. We found that with this factory, this anodization came out so smooth and so nice. And I can show you a better version of that in just a second. So this is option colorway number 1. It's black and brass. Black and copper, sorry. Black and copper. And this is actual copper material. Now this copper has got a slight pinkish hue to it because it's got a clear coat on it. I'm going to show you the raw copper of what we have as well.
Incredible. I
haven't decided which one we're going to go with. I'm probably going to go with this one because I like the rose gold tint to it a little bit more. So yeah, so that's the J-01 black colorway. Next up we have the white colorway. Now I say white, this is white and copper. Now it's kind of like a slightly off-white. It's like a slight creamy color, and this came out so well. Excuse the fingerprints on here. There's some dark fingerprints on here. I was putting the magnets in this as well, and yeah, there is some dark fingerprints on it. But this creamy color came out so nice. The boards are pretty hefty. There is the J-01 logo here on the back as well, and the milling on that one wasn't great for the logo on the back here. It was very difficult to see, but as you can see now, it's really nice and crisp and clear. Centered USB. You got the finger grab here at the back for the magnets when it was magnetized. And yeah, again, that nice easy build. Just pop the top off and on, pop the PCB and plate in, good to go. You can see here again, I've been fitting magnets and getting them nice and flush. I did crack this magnet as I was putting it in though. Don't know if you can see there's like a crack in it. It's hard because it's shiny. So I need to finish putting the magnets in this one. You can see like dirty fingerprints. Knock them off. Now this one is coated. It's not anodized. It is a coating, and it does have a slight texture to it, but in a really nice way. Not like that poor anodization from before. It's got a really nice texture to it. A little bit like the Matrix Labs coating. If you've ever touched a Matrix Labs board that's been coated, this is kind of a similar feel on it. And this came out really, really, really nice. Like, it's such a nice color. This is kind of like a classic colorway. It's kind of like that homage to beige with the copper as well. It came out so nice, super beautiful, not quite white, slightly off-white. but you know, looking really, really nice. Just to compare it to a GMK WS2 keycap, you can see the different colors in white there. There you go. It's like a slight beige tint to it. I actually wish the Nixie had been done in a closer color to this, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's option number 2. Of course, they come with the PT feet as well. Put there, try not to knock it off. And now I'm going to show you the third version. This is silver, which is again probably some of the smoothest anodization we've ever had on a keyboard that I've ever seen. It's absolutely stunning. And of course, this deeply patinaed pen rail and mid piece. Look at that. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's absolutely beautiful. All of this patina is just absolutely stunning. Now, I have done the magnets on this one fully. So, like, just to show you, I can pick up the whole keyboard just by using the top case. Like, that's how strong the magnets are. But yeah, if you just lift it right, it will come off nice and easily as well. Let me show you some of the... This is what the gaskets actually look like. So, fully gasket mounted. The gasket has a groove running all the way around the inside that the plate sits in. So these are fully injection molded. These are really expensive to make for gaskets. So yeah, fully custom for the board. Total isolation. But look at how beautiful. This is not Cerakoted or anything else. This is actual copper patina. And I can show you that because when it was going through customs decided to open it, and there is a slight line in the... Can you see the line here? Look, there's like a scratch in it here. Customs opened the packet and did damage it a little bit. Try and show you the copper in there. It might be impossible to show you the line actually. Oh, there you go. You can just see the line there. But this is actual patinaed from the factory and clear coated copper parts. This is what it looks like with all the magnets pressed in as well. And this is pretty much the final version. So this is going to be the third colorway, silver with patinaed parts. And it's just come out absolutely stunning. It just looks so good. Like, it's absolutely stunning. I was claiming that damage from customs. Dude, like, it's so small, like, you can barely see it just there, look. You can barely see it. Like, it really needs to be in the light. It's annoying, but it's not worthwhile claiming on it from customs. When we're actually doing the group buy, these will all ship in hard carry cases, so it won't be something if customs open the package, it'll happen. It's only because this was packed in foam and the knife went through the foam. So these are going to be 3 colorways. You'll be able to pick up the white and copper or the black and copper, cream and copper, sorry, not white and copper, or alternatively, you'll be able to pick up the silver and patinaed version. Just to show you again how easy it is to put the build in here. Take the tops off, just like so. Apart from the JST cable, look, I'm putting the JST cable in. Oh, the JST is done, and then it just pops down like so. And then we just pop the top case on, and boom. The whole thing is changed over and built. So there you go. There you go. That is the 3 colorways we'll be using.
Incredible.
Black and patina all the way. We're not going to do them where you can mix and match, I don't think, just because it costs a little bit more money to do that. So yeah, want to buy raw with copper parts. We might be able to do a raw one. I think we're only going to do 100 units of this in total, maybe 150. We'll see. I need to finish some discussions with the manufacturer and some other things as well, because I think we're arranging a Chinese version vendor, and then we'll do all of the Western market. So I'm still working through the details on what that'll look like. I need to have a catch up with Manu and the manufacturer next week. But yeah, like, I'm super excited for this. They came out so good. This is a sample color of a pink that I want to use. Now this is a coating as well, just like the white is, but I would really like to use this pink for something. Maybe guys in the SPC, you can let me know if that'd be something for you guys. Extra mid pieces and pen rails. Yes, we'll offer extra mid pieces and pen rails. Yes. Will the patina version be more expensive? Still to be confirmed. Maybe. So yeah, we'll see. Varble, hey man, good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Black and patina would be a vibe too. I can show you what that would look like. I'm personally not a huge fan of it. I can see why you guys would want that, but I think that the black is just a little bit too black for it, if that makes sense. Let me find the right screwdriver, and I will take it apart and show you. T8, I think, is what I need. Yeah. Hard carry cases are a savior, absolutely. Oh, come on, screw. How have you got on there? Let me take the pen rail out, and I will show you what it looks like on the black. My wallet is already dead, Jay. Will you offer these colorways on the J-03? The J-03 will be the same 3 colorways, yeah. I'm hopefully going to be able to order the J-03 colorways very, very soon as prototypes. I was wanting to do them together, but I think we're going to stagger the J-01 and the J-03. So just to show you guys what the black could look like with the patina, we'll probably just do the 3 colorways and you'll be able to buy extras, I think. Just because I don't think that you guys will like this once you've seen it. But I'm happy to be proven wrong. If you do like it, just tell me. Maybe we'll do something slightly different. I want the patina. Josh, as soon as Mr. Tim has been to take some pictures of it, I'll be sending that prototype your way. So you will be getting it. So you could do silver and copper as well if you wanted. That is a good combination. That does work really nicely. And you can see how quick and easy it is to change over the pen rails as well. This is what the black and patina look like. I'm personally not convinced by it. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. That's what the black looked like with the patina. That's hot. Okay. You like it. I wasn't sure on it. I think the silver with the patina is the right call, personally. But you guys are free to have your own opinions as well. Yeah, the hard cases can stand a lot average, Joe. We've had stuff thrown off of mezzanine floors onto concrete, and they've been fine inside those cases, so they're really robust. But yeah, we'll probably do extra mid pieces and pen rails as well. 100% buy a silver model and swap the patina for the copper and black if anyone wants to do a swapperoo. Nice. Been searching for a J-01 since I got into the hobby. Can't wait for this. Yeah, it's going to be very limited. We're only going to do either 100 or 150 of the J-01. I need to work out the details. I want to try and do it as a pre-order, so I want these in production first and then we sell them. I'm hoping to keep it down to like a 6 to 9 month delivery time, and once they're gone, they're gone. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. What's ETA for when it comes into pre-order? Late September? Yeah, probably late September. Give me another month and it'll be up for pre-order, I think. I don't know about a J-Board in pink. That would never catch on. Well, the J-02 did. I think we sold almost as many J-02 SPC editions as we did J-02 blackouts, like, in the end. I think it was like within 15 units, the difference. So, yeah. I want to see the off-white and patina. You want to see the off-white and patina together? We can do that. It doesn't work as well. I'm not going to take the pen rail off as well, but you can kind of see here, that's what it looks like. It just works nicer on the silver, I think. Come on, camera, focus. Camera, please. There we go. I think it works nice. Camera, what are you doing? Focus. There you go. I think it works nicer on the silver than the off-white. It's the off-white just looks so good and so classy with the copper. I think that's the right call. But yeah, pretty happy with how they all came out. Like, all 3 of them are stunning. Josh is getting this prototype, Mel's getting this one, and Sharon's getting that one. And I think I'm going to be the only one without a J-01 prototype at that point. But yeah. Pricing, I'm hoping to do them under $400, I think. We'll see what we can do. It's not a promise, but that's where I'm aiming to be. Can PT stock carry cases? Yeah, so when we order the ones for these J-01s, I want to do like a custom carry case that you can pluck the foam out yourself, and it'll have like jigsaw pieces, and we'll have the same ones that we've always had for the J-02 and J-01 and J-03. They'll be slightly larger for the J-01 and J-03, and you'll be able to fit like a TKL, and I had the Nixian one as well, so we'll do that. We'll have some custom foam, so you can pull the foam in or out depending on what sort of size keyboard you want to put in there. But yeah, we'll basically do a pre-order for those as well at the same time. How does this compare to previous versions of the board? I like the full macro column instead of the top logo, but any subtler differences we should know about? Yes, quite a lot. So the way that the gasket works, hold on, let me show you. So historically, on older versions of the J series boards, we had layered gaskets. So you'd put down a base layer, you'd put your plate in PCB or something, you'd have a layer that went around it, you'd have a layer on top, and it'd be like a 3-layer stacked gasket effectively, and it was difficult to install. It was finicky, you had to stick it down. Now it just sticks on the plate, so the plate runs into this groove that goes all the way around, and this hugs onto the plate. It can only go on one way around. On the top side you have gaps like this, bands like this, which sit underneath the blockers to make sure that the case never touches the PCB or the plate assembly. This completely isolates the build from the case, so no vibrations get into the case from it. On the bottom, those parts aren't there. You can see here that they're not there because, well, the bottom of it is supported and lifted away from the case anyway. So those are there just from an alignment perspective. All the gaskets are pink, but you can't actually see the gaskets once it's in use anyway. So you can see there that that's how it sits in place. These gaskets are from the same production round, and it's so easy to change. Like, it just pulls off and it just sits. You can see that the plate is just here and it just sits in that gasket groove. So you just push it on all the way around, just like so. What this does is it makes 3 things. It makes, 1, it's easy to build because that's it, it's built. That's it, it's built. 2, it is a better durometer for sound isolation than silicone gasket strips, because this is a 50A durometer gasket itself. It's quite malleable and moldable. Like, you can squeeze it, you can feel the softness to it. It has alignment tabs built in around screws on the inside of the case, so it can't go in the wrong place. It has to go in the right place, and alignment tabs on the corners as well. So the whole gasket system is significantly improved. From the J-01 Rev 1, we've also brought back the mid-piece that we had on the very original J-01, but the dimensions are slightly different. The boards are not the same. They're completely redesigned. The acoustic cavity in the middle is different. Pretty much the whole board has changed. This will only come in the 10 macro key column option. We did have an 8 version with the J-01 logo here, but the J-01 logo is now reverted to the rear on here. So it's only on the rear of the keyboard. Custom, I forgot the pen rail wasn't screwed in. Custom feet as well for the bottom. Those are injection molded to our specific design for PT projects. So yeah, there we go. Lots of changes. There's 1,000,001 changes in terms of how the actual boards are manufactured as well. So the pen rail on the very original J-01 actually screwed into the mid piece, but then it made the top going on really difficult. So now it attaches to the top and sits in a groove, and just 3 screws hold it in place. The middle piece is screwed to the base, but you'll never need to take that off because you can access everything without doing that. It's just for if you ever wanted to clean it or whatever. Have alignment pins. We're changing the positions of these and stuff like that. Magnets now for the top case instead of screws, so there's no screws externally visible. Whilst there are screws in the build, you can't see any from anywhere on the keyboard once it's built. There's been a ton of smaller changes as well. Custom PCBs. The new PCBs are there. Yeah, it's all been revised, tweaked, changed. 1,000,001 things that we've done to it. So yeah, it's very much a new board. Off-white and patina after, please. Yeah, we did the off-white and patina before, Josh. Here you go. This is the off-white and the patina. I personally don't like that as much as I like it on the silver. You may feel differently, but yeah, that's the off-white and the patina. So yeah. Allows my wallet to recover. Yeah, so we'll do the J-03, which is basically an 1800 layout. I've shown the prototype before, it's just behind me. If you want to see it, let me know and I'll get the prototype for the J-03 as well. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to stagger it. So we're going to do the J-01 September time, and we'll do the J-03 in the new year, I think now. We're just going to stagger it a little bit. Could you put that top on the silver case just to see the midsection? Wait, what? Oh, you want to see the cream top on the mid case of this one? Okay, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. There you go. It's not sitting flush because it hasn't got magnets installed to pull it tight, but it will sit flush once it's got the magnets in. There you go. Look, I'll show you. If we do that, you can see it now sits all nice and flush. Because those magnets do some good work. Looks pretty fire. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, Manny. Right, okay, let's catch up with chat. Pretty good. You're wrong. What about the white and patina? I showed the white and patina. Oh, she's pretty. Jim KK is on the way out. You'll have to buy one of these then, Nessie. Looks very underworldy. Slaps. Hades vibes. Jay's daring you to mix and match. Yeah. Giving me a Hades needs keyboard vibes. Nice. Copper and black for the Duracell vibe. Absolutely. There needs to be a meetup to swap parts. We could probably do like a trade channel. Off-white and patina would be gorgeous as well. I mean, I have my own preferences, what I like. The silver came out way better than I was expecting. Like significantly better. I did not expect it to look this nice. That is now my colorway of choice. Whereas I was expecting it to be the cream and copper, which is now my second favorite colorway. So yeah. Still need to build your Bing Chow too. Get it done, man. Get it done. Black patina and Terra below would look nice. Okay, now that's a vibe. That is a good build vibe. Yeah, I like that. Like a very expensive pick and mix. Absolutely. Off-white and patina is great. Yeah. I think I'll go with the silver and patina. Brush stainless would be a nice one off. I don't want to do too many different options. I want to keep it nice and simple. Not too many choices. Give people plenty of chance to pick up what they want. What's the weight like? I can show you. So it's a pretty hefty keyboard. So fully built. Oh, the batteries are dead. What size battery does this take? Let me just see if I've got a battery for this. These were working the other day. Do we have a battery for this? I do not have a battery for that. Give the battery a little rub, see if that helps. I'm not going to put that screw back in because I have to change this. Right, give it a try. Come on, you want to work? You know you do. Yeah. Okay, so very quickly, wait. Okay, try that again. Let's pop the battery out. Where's my screwdriver that I want? That one. Right, warm the battery up. Open pre-order, is it limited? It'll be a limited pre-order because I'm going to make the order for the parts before we do the group buy. So, or before we do open up pre-orders. Right, come on. You're going to want to work this time. Go on, just work. 3.14 kilos. That is £6 £6 15 ounces. There you go. £6 15 ounces. There you go. That's how much it weighs. I'm going to leave these out so I remember to get a new battery for them. Okay, cool. So it's pretty hefty. It's not a light keyboard by any means. But that's mainly because it's solid copper as well. So yeah. Cream and copper, but I'd be down for the patina. Yeah. You've dispersed them promos. People just claim them, Josh. Like as soon as we get them in, people claim them. That's what happens. Like I get them in and you go, oh, I want that one. And Mel goes, I want that one. And it's like, well, okay, great. Thanks, guys. You're going to grab two? Thanks, man. Are so good and cheaper than my J-01 R2. Yeah. I mean, so the thing is, like, manufacturing prices have come down in some respects since the last round of the J-01. And because we're doing it all in-house, we can fiddle the costs a little bit more and play with them a little bit better. So yeah, it's just one of those things. Like it's not down to, you know, greed that the previous ones were high priced or anything like that. It's just down to we can manufacture better. We know better manufacturing techniques. We can change the way that things are designed to make it slightly cheaper to produce. All sorts of kind of like little things like that as well. So yeah, that's it. So yeah, so it will be limited numbers. I think we're going to do 100 of them, maybe 150, something like that. And yeah, we'll see what sells. What plates are you looking to offer with the boards? There'll be two choices. I think POM and carbon fiber are going to be the two that we'll offer. And I think we might do a small laser boost run really close to delivery date for things like copper if anyone wants them. So yeah. Glad I forgot about the Gradient R0 now. Yeah, it's a great looking board though. Do you expect the pre-order to sell out super fast? Like I don't know. Like I'm always terrible at judging this. Like I always give like estimates on how long I think things are going to last, and it's either vastly faster or vastly slower. I think maybe a month we'll sell the pre-orders out in, like 100 boards, you know, a couple a day, something like that. I don't know. We'll see. So yeah, polymer carbon fiber super hands will be the plate materials. So yeah. J-01 R1, yeah, Rev 1, yeah, that's the older one we're doing. Using it minute on my Mac Mini, while you'll have the newest one. Scuffing my pen roll. Dude, it's not scuffed. Slaps credit card on desk. I can set up a direct debit when it drops. Are you wearing the Jupiter Swatch Amiga? I am, yeah, this is the Jupiter one I have on today. It's a pretty cool watch. I've got most of them. I think I'm missing Neptune, and then some of the newer ones like the Snoopy and stuff, yeah. You used all the snoozes. Stop using the snoozes. The ads just have to happen. The ads have to happen. Are you happy with the sound and feel turned out compared to previous versions? Like, every version has just got better and better. When we did the original J-01s, it was a real pain to build, but I was super happy with it. But if I look back at the quality now of the design, the machining, and a few other things, like there was a load of stuff that I wouldn't be happy with now based on what I know now. The Rev 1 was very much a different product to try and reduce the price and sell more, get the board out there, and that did really well. But I always regretted having to lose the mid piece, and we had to do that from a cost perspective last time. Now, because we're using new manufacturing techniques, different manufacturers, we're working with different ways of making things, we can do things to like a better value proposition and budget proposition. So yeah, so like every step has just got better and better and better. And every time I'm happier and happier. Like as soon as the first ones came out, I was stoked with them, but then over time, like I realized that things could be better, and the whole manufacturing scene changed between then. That was 2017, and then the J-01 Rev 1 was really nice. The anodization at the time on that was top tier, and then now we can just like absolutely annihilate it with what we can do today. So yeah. Be down to see the J-03. Like to see the J-03. Let me grab it. So this is the J-03. It is basically the same design, apart from it's got a numpad on it and no macro columns. The pen rail goes 2/3 of the way across, but we keep the navigation keys here for the numpad, and that's it. But basically the rest of the design is the same. The J-03 logo in the back. This is from the old manufacturer. Once we've got this kind of pre-order set up and running, I'm then going to prototype this with this in the same 3 colorways as you just saw for the J-01. So yeah, so this is it. Don't take the top case off. It is black snail, yeah. There you go. So top case comes off. You can see we got the same custom gaskets. Ignore this powder here. This is just where I was gluing these magnets in instead of press fitting them because I was in a rush. But the same gasket system on this one as well. That's how quickly you can swap out a build. Nice and easy.
Incredible.
Just drop it back down. And again, when we do this one, I was going to do them together, but we're going to stagger it. When we do this one again, it's going to be like 100 units as well, I think. Something like that. I don't know. But that's a bit further out. So yeah. Are you still considering a discount if we buy both models? Yeah, I think we'll do like a 10% total order cost discount or something, or 10% on the second one or something. Yeah, we'll figure something out for that. Yeah, but that's the plan. Regarding the desk mats, no, I haven't heard back from them. Let's see. So I have problems at the minute with the desk manufacturer for those. They're also doing the Pandora desk mats, and it's basically the biggest pain in my backside right now. We will get them sorted. Hold on, my browser's been weird. We will get them sorted. I'll message you as soon as I get them. But I need to get the Pandora ones done first because they've been, they've been sold for a while, so we need to get them done soon. Will the parts be sold separately? We can order a keyboard and multiple parts. So they'll be available in kits. So you'll buy the keyboards in kits. So you'll buy it as a colorway. So it'll be like the silver and the patina, or it'll be the black and copper, or it'll be the off-white and copper, whatever names we give those combinations. But then we'll probably do it where you can buy extra parts as well if you want to. The black version slaps with Midnight Rainbow. Yeah, Midnight Rainbow is coming back as well. I'm just waiting for a quote back on it at the moment from GMK, but that's coming back too. Wish I was that battery. Woof. Scale is such a tease. It's a heavy boy. You've sold me. It is heavy. Yeah. Yeah. No, you claimed yours first, Josh. So what happened, Josh, was you messaged me and you said you would like one of the, I said, do you want one of the J-01 prototypes, right? And you said you wanted this version, the silver with the patina on it. And as soon as I told Mel that you were getting that one, she was like, oh, I'll have that one then. And then Sharon was like, wait, they're getting one? I want one. So then I just got left out. So yeah. Can you do a close-up of your Jupiter? Yeah. There you go. there you go. I've got most of them. So yeah. How much are they estimated to be priced at? Nothing official yet. Oh, hello. But I'm going to try and keep them under $400 if I can. That's kind of like where I'd like to be, something like that. Glad to see you got the Datsun sorted today. Yeah, so I changed all the spark plugs. I tuned the engine a little bit, the air fuel mixture. It's running okay. Touch some wood. Like, I hope it stays that way. I need to take it out on a long run at some point soon. So yeah. Cheapest way to get a Speedmaster looks good. Thank you. Yeah, I have like a ton of watches you can see in the background. There's like a watch spinner at the background, and there's some watches there. Like Amigas are my brand. Like I have some vintage World War II Amigas and stuff like that. I have some modern Amigas. I'm looking at a new Speedmaster at the moment, probably a Moon Edition. I don't know. We'll see. Don't take the top case off, please. Why? Why aren't we taking the top case off, Josh? Oh, I mean, the J-03 prototype does have a bit of a ding in it. Now, this wasn't our fault, but from this manufacturer, this whole section of the copper piece, this whole section here was bent up like that. So I had to gently hammer all of this back into shape, which is why we don't want to use the manufacturer. And you can see that putting it in has actually damaged in here. But again, it's just prototype things, and that's just something you have to do. There is like a faint crease line here as well, and it doesn't sit quite flush on the edge, but you know, we're going to replace these prototypes anyway. This was more a case of how does it look, how does it feel, how does it sound. It looks and feels great, so we will get this remade with the new manufacturer. There we go. We'll get this made with this manufacturer, and it should come out nice. White powder explains why customs open the packages. Well, those were different packages, and it's just where so when you use super glue, it gives off a gas, and that gas solidifies if it's trapped. And I just put the tops on and let the magnets glue in place with the top on, and it gave off the gas, and that's what all the white marks are inside. So yeah, that will make it 6 J boards I have. Dude, you have more than me. I wish you had a TKL in the works. Maybe one day. Josh has got a TKL in the works that we want to run, so I'm hoping we can do that as well. An observation I had with the J-02 was the USB-C recess was just a little too small, and I couldn't fit in some USB-C cables into it. Is it the same dimensions on these cubes? I mean, it's designed to use custom cables, so some manufacturer cables do have a really chunky bit of plastic, but we base it off of like the industry standard TechFlex and heat shrink. So this is what we base the sizing off of. We can potentially have a look at making it a little bit bigger, I guess, but I haven't found a cable that has a problem with it. If you have a specific example of a cable and it's a retail cable, let me know. I'll buy one. I'll try it with them. Hope to own a J board one day. Dude, we can figure something out. Super grateful I just have my J-01 Rev 1. Yeah, that was a great board at the time. I was super happy about bringing the Rev 1 into the world. That was a great time. Do factories tend to charge a lot more for doing patina? There is an extra charge for it, yes. So that version will be a little bit more expensive. I don't know exactly how much at a retail level that will be, but there is an uplifting cost for it, yeah. J-04, I don't think the J-04, which was going to be the 40%, would actually sell, so probably not. Oh wow, I was claiming for testing. No, this is yours to keep, dude. You know that. Any advice for a third stage interview? Yeah. What industry is this in, Netzy? Tell me what the industry's in, and tell me what type of interview and what you've been through. I assume you've been through an application, a quick telephone call, a formal telephone call, and now you're going in person. Let me know what you're doing and what type of industry it's for. And also if it's just like a verbal interview, or if you're actually going to have like a test to do, like an engineering programming test or whatever. Let me know what the details, and I'll give you some answers. I need to plan my funds for the off-white and copper. Yeah, it's such a good colorway. I do love my Speedmaster, but I also been liking what Tudor have been doing recently. I'm not a fan of the Tudor watches too much. They're not terrible, but I much prefer, like, Amiga's just my brand. Like, I've got Seamasters and stuff, and Speedmaster's kind of like something I've been getting into. So yeah. A handwork proto, that's real provenance, something like that. Will there be any independent streams of the J-01? It looks great, but second opinion is always nice to have. No plans as yet, but I probably will do it. The thing is, like, I don't want to do these big things where it's like we're trying to sell 1,000 of them, or, you know, a few hundred. I just want to keep it small and consistent. And a lot of the big streamers charge so much money to do builds these days. Like, it's for like companies, it's so expensive that unless you're doing those tens of thousands or like tens of hundreds of units, it's a lot of money to consider, because it basically means that for the 150 we probably wouldn't make a profit just because we're paying the streamer to do it. So maybe is the answer to that. We'll probably get some sound tests out there, independent sound tests, and because we have the Ko-fi now, if anyone subscribes at the XL level, we will get them to, like, so this will be actual keyboard people who join the inner circle. We'll send some prototypes out to a few people there. They'll be able to take some recordings of stuff and share those as well. So that's probably what we'll do. We'll see. There's other options as well, but I don't know. We'll see. I haven't fully decided yet. I have a Speedmaster I purchased in the 90s. Yeah, I've got a 2 Seamasters. One I purchased when I just started my first job in like 2007-ish. And then my wife got me one when we got married as well. So yeah, but I think a Speedmaster is probably next on my purchase list. Really like the numpad one. That layout is nice. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's a J-03. We need 100% J series. It's too big for 100%. Like, the pen wheel just wouldn't work on 100%, I don't think. But I do have an idea for 100%. There's a couple of good 100%s coming, actually, so yeah. We'd love to see a J design on the Alice. The problem is, on an Alice, you can't have a straight pen rail. You'd have to have angle pen rails, and then it just looks like eyebrows frowning, and it just looks terrible, so we probably won't do that.
Incredible.
Simon would be good. He doesn't get paid, and will probably accept because he thinks you're a sweetheart. Does he? Really? I don't know. I always get the impression that Simon thinks I'm a bit of an idiot, so... Yeah, I don't know. Like I think Simon's ace. I think he's really cool. But I'd be terrified of sending something to it just in case he shat on it, so... We'll see. Maybe I will send one to Simon. Maybe I will. So yeah. I'm not saying anything against streamers. Like for the big projects that we do, like the Wuche Studios stuff and the QK stuff and whatever else, like the Float 65 that's really cheap and going to sell a ton of units. Like it's really cool to get the streamers like Alex Sotos involved, because Alex does some really good stuff and some really great photos. But when we're doing such a high-end, low margin product, it's really difficult to kind of like justify it, because we're probably going to make like, profit is probably going to be something like £20 per board. So to sell all of them, 100 boards at £20 per profit, it's only like £2,000 in profit. It's not huge amounts of money. £2,000 isn't a massive amount of money for a whole production run of keyboards in terms of margin. And if we have, like, let's say 2 boards get matched up and have to be replaced, that's half of that profit gone straight away. So then when you're considering that it's going to cost, a chunk of money to pay the streamers to do it, like it's difficult to justify sometimes. So yeah, like we'll see. I haven't decided against it. It's just like I need to weigh up the kind of opinions for it. So I think Simon thinks everyone is a bit of an idiot, especially me. I don't think he thinks you're an idiot, but I think he thinks I'm an idiot. A frowning pen roll would then match the frowning look my girlfriend gets when I tell her of a new board coming. Yeah, but it's terrible for a pen, because it's like that. The pen just slides down the pen rail, right? Like, it doesn't work as a pen rail then. It's a pen slope at that point, and that's not a good thing. He speaks very highly of me. Does he? Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you, honest accountant. I appreciate that. Simon thinks Simon is an idiot. He can say some things I disagree with. Like, some of his views I disagree with on at times. Sometimes he's very right, and he's the only person that's saying the stuff that's right. And it's stuff that sometimes he says stuff that I wish I could say publicly and I can't say it. So I appreciate him for that side. He's an interesting character. I've got a lot of time for Simon. Send Simon something with forbidden brass copper. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. Send the awesome streamer called Jay. He'll do it for free. I do all my streams for free. I've never charged anyone to build anything on stream. I just feel like it would be bad for me to do that, because I'm primarily a vendor. So my streaming is just to share cool stuff, right? So I wouldn't charge for that. I do charge for build services where I'm building for a customer because I'm providing them a service. But when it's a product we're selling, me to do a build stream to take payment for it feels a bit... Yeah, I don't want to do that. So I do... any like promotional build streams, my only rule is that we've got to be selling the product. So as long as we're selling the product, then that's fine. Or it's a keyboard that I've personally bought, like the Bauer Lite, which I got from Garrett when I was there. So yeah, that's the only other way we'll do it. He says the same about me. What, that he can be an idiot sometimes? I don't think I have to worry about buying boards now until my girl finds out about the price of them. Dude, maybe you should just bring her up to the workshop one day. Just bring her for a road trip, and I'll have a chat with her. I'll explain how it all works. He finds out how many I actually own now. Won't forget the copper incident. I might have missed this on Simon's stream. How much input have you had in the latest run of the Hyper 7, if any? I've not had any input in the Hyper 7 project since 2019. I did the first ever production run with about 6-7 other people from MK UK, the UK's keyboard scene. Yankar did the design for the PCBs, and I kind of did the design for the first case and the plates and stuff like that. And I had that produced, and we with like a few people, and we made like 8 or 9 of them, I think. And then I did the group buy for the first round, which didn't make any money. It made a massive loss just before my wedding, which was a great thing to try and tell my wife, which was late 2017, early 2018. They shipped out just before I went to my wedding. And then I handed the project over to Mechboards because at the time before I started PT, like I wanted to get involved more in the community. And one of the things I actually did is I offered Mechboards, like, do you want me to come on as a partner and like give you guys some money to like do new things and like expand and stuff like that, and do like my projects. They kind of wanted to be independent still and didn't like want to entertain that because like I wanted an ownership share and to buy into it and stuff like that. So it was only a very brief conversation. It was probably only like 3 or 4 lines on Discord. But they weren't kind of involved. They didn't want to be involved in that. So I decided to set up PT, told them that was going to be my option. So yeah, so that kind of happened by accident. But prior to that, like, part of my trying to warm them up was giving them that project, like giving them the Hyper 7 stuff. So I haven't been involved since then. They did send me 2 Hyper 7s for free in 2021, I think, when I did the first round with the bent steel case. I've never actually built them. I did give one away quite recently because they were just still boxed and wrapped up, and I'd never even opened them. So I have one Hyper 7 to build, and I have the original Hyper 7, which is kind of like half built. I've taken it apart to do something with it, and then I never got around to putting it back together. And that's up on a shelf just at the far side of my office. I can see it from here. It's got an alpaca on it, so yeah. So basically none is the answer to that, Steelhand. The last thing I did on the Hyper 7 was I worked with BitShifter to write the code for the firmware, but like that wasn't finished, and then Mechboards took over and I just kind of left it with them. I don't know where it got to. Simon doesn't like me much after I took over his chat with RO59 talk. Dude, RO59 was the worst lube ever. I never enjoyed it. I was too scared of scratching the anode to put a pen on top of my board. The rail still looks nice though. Yeah, I mean, like, you can put anything on there, like, you know, like plastic handled screwdriver and stuff. It works just fine. Like, you know, it's not going to get damaged. It's pretty tough, pretty robust. You could put like the knife up there or whatever. My pen, which has disappeared off my desk. It was on my notepad, but I think it's rolled off the back of the desk. It's probably on the floor somewhere. It is on the floor. Let's see if I can reach it with my foot. This is my pen, fountain pen, and that just sits nicely on top of a pen rail. So yeah. Will there be a hot swap PCB? No, the PCB is only designed to be soldered for these because we need the space inside the housing. The hot swap sockets would take up too much space. We wouldn't be able to retain the sound profile if we did that. We'd have to make the case deeper for it, or like inside we'd have to deepen the cutouts, and I don't want to like compromise that. So no hot swap versions, but we will do a build service for you. I think we'll charge like half the normal rate if you want one of our boards built or something like that. Looks like the Hubble 65 is going to get resurrected. Nice. Weddings are expensive. Yeah, getting married was very expensive. Weddings are not expensive if you get parents to foot the bill. Yeah, I don't have parents anymore. They were not going to foot the bill anyway. They wouldn't have been able to, so yeah. You love RF59. The problem with RF59 was I always found it needed more than one coat, and you had to let it dry and then do another coat, and it usually needed like 3 or 4 coats, so it was just really time consuming. And I don't have time to loop switches anymore, so I outsource that now for my personal switches. Matt, the Pokemon kid here in the UK, loops all my switches for me, so yeah. Just had to pay for the honeymoon, which I must admit was fairly expensive. Yeah, I bet it was. An EC Topra gel one would be great. Yeah, we're going to work. Well, I need to reach out to Sipula because we were speaking before he went on his vacation about doing a J-02 blackout like rectification project for that to give you guys access to EC in it. And I would love to offer an EC kit for these as well. But because we're doing so small units, like we'd have to almost sell every single one. But I do need to reach out to him and have a chat with him because we can't, like, it's kind of like dropped off my radar a little bit. So I need to reach out to him and see what we can do. Thanks, man. I'll certainly try my best. Cool. Diamond polished Nixies with 10 layers of RR59 on the stem and then oil bottom housing goes so hard. Yeah, like if you ever want to lube my switches for free, dude, I can't let you do it. But yeah, I think I would shoot myself having to do a whole set like that. Same. Wasn't boring about getting married and we've done the Vegas thing. Yeah, I mean, we ran away to Gretna Green, which if you're from the UK is kind of like the place where young people go to get married. We did this like I was like 35 when we got married, so. Right, let me get rid of these prototypes and get them out of the way. Because then we can crack on with today's build, which is going to be something a little bit fun. I got these switches sent as samples about a year ago. I've never done anything with them. I've never tried them. I've never lubed them. We never sold them. But these are bunny switches, which is a great name. So I got these for free, just heads up. And it's probably time we use them. So we're going to use those switches today. Is that it? No. I thought it might be. Never mind. So that's what we're going to use in the build today. I got married legally a year before my ceremony. Best thing I did. Nice. Clever idea. Clever idea. It's been 6 months in the making from unusual designing. It's getting the switches and doing all of them. Nice. I'm glad you're doing your own design, honest account. That's really cool. Right. Okay. So that's what we're going to build with. And in terms of the board we're building today, this is something we're going to give away on stream at some point after we built it. If you guys don't know, Omnitype does the Bauer Lite, and this is that Bauer Lite keyboard. It's pre-packaged, custom 65% keyboard kit, and he does what's called the IRL edition. Now, this particular edition you can only buy if you go to his stall at a meetup in the US. Only available in real life. It's literally an in real life product. It's never for sale on the website. You can only buy it in real life. That's the whole idea behind it. So whilst we have Bauer Lights in stock and you can buy them on the website right now, this is the IRL edition, only available IRL. And we're going to build this today, assuming we still have enough time because it's 10 PM already. We've been streaming for nearly 2 hours and we haven't even got around to building yet. So this is what we're going to build today. Oh, actually, I still have something to unbox. Before we even look at that, I still have one thing to unbox. These came in last week. The Mr. Hat Center. So if you own a Matrix Navi and you want to make it a Mr. Hat Center Special Edition Christmas board, we sold these kits. This is my personal one. This is the baby pink one. I did put these up for sale on the Discord the other day. Most of them have gone. There's only one left, which is the same color as this one. So if you do want this after seeing it, there's just this one left, or there's one other in this color left. So I'm just going to show you this first of all. So this is to bear in mind you had to have a Matrix Navi already, which I do somewhere, which I have no idea where it actually is. Let's try this new knife on this. This is where I slice my finger off live on stream. There we go. Oh, there's two. There's two of these tabs. Let's put the other one. I should have looked on the other side. There we go. This is the baby pink version, as I say. So this is how it comes. So this is basically a box of trinkets that turns your Matrix Navi into a special edition Mr. Hat centerboard. And we just have one left, which is exactly the same as this one. All the others went pretty quickly. Now, the cool thing about this is it was designed to be an add-on badge, which gives you the Mr. Santa Hat bunny, and some additional parts for the Matrix Navi keyboard, and some additional feet and things like that. Certificate of authenticity and QC and everything else. A bit of a manual for it as well. But the other thing is, it came with something else, which is something a little bit secret. And this wasn't officially announced, but if you bought the upgrade kit, which makes your board from a Matrix Navi to a Mr. Santa Matrix Navi, you also got this. Now this is a macro pad, which has space for a badge on here. Help if I get it the right way around. And this is like the coolest macro pad in existence. It's got USB-C pass-through. It's got all of the different Mr. Hat Center stuff on it. It's got space for the badge on it. It's not the Gator. No, it's similar idea to the Gator, but it's not the Gator. So this is... There you go. Little screen in here as well. And this is like a little macro pad that sits on its own. The plate for it is somewhere around here, so you can see the plate for it as well there. So you can kind of get an idea for what you've got to work with, which is just kind of like the coolest little thing. And it's pink, which is great. It's really cool, like genuinely really cool. Anyway, we'll build that another week on stream. I just wanted to show it off to you guys because I thought it was cool as all hell. And of course, we have one left in stock. So if you do want it and you want to pick it up, the one that's left, you can just drop me an email and I'll arrange that to whoever's first and asks for it. But yeah, it's just a pretty cool little thing. And I wanted to share that with you guys. So there we go. Matrix packaging on point as usual. Yeah, Matrix packaging always goes hard. Right, Bauer Light. Sick little unit, yeah. Any hot swap TKLs coming to the store, Jay? Looking for something I can swap and test some switches? I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but quite a lot of the keyboard group buys that we'll have in stock will have hot swap boards with them these days. So just keep an eye out. Asking the Discord, because people often remember things that I forget about what we sell on the store. So yeah. Does it come with a PCB? Yeah, there's a PCB in there as well. The PCB is in the little packet that I didn't open. Of course it comes with a PCB. It's fully working, Mr. Albi. Like, it'll be fully sealed like this one was. Yeah, the PCB is in this. Here's the PCB. This is the PCB. I just didn't open it. There you go. PCB, little hot swap PCB. Matrix 3 maybe, Cycle 8 or Spooder in the next few months. Yeah, I think you can pick up the Spider as well right now. That's in group buy right now. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, as I say, it's just the last one left. You can go to the Discord server down below. You can scroll up through the announcements for Matrix Navi parts and prices there. I can't remember what it is. I think it was like just under £200 plus VAT, I think. So yeah. Right, okay, let's crack on with opening this Bauer IRL edition. So between PP or half, value half for the Spider. Oh no, I've ripped the box. Why did I do that? Silly Jane. Silly Jane. As I say, we will give this away, but because it's an IRL edition, I think what we're going to do is next time I'm in London, I'm just going to hide it in London and then just post on Instagram where it is, and we'll try to see if someone finds it. So here we go. This is the keyboard itself. It is injection molded plastic. It's the IRL edition. Oops, it's not screwed together. And this is what we're going to build today. Comes with a dark PC plate. Oh wow, I can't get this out. Hold on. Hiding in Brighton. Hide it in California. Dude, like, I'm not going to California. Why can I not get this out? That is properly wedged in there. The little finger grips wouldn't take my fingers, so anyway. Then no, there we go. Take that out. Pop the box back together. Spider's a nice looking board. The spider's stunning. Can hide it in my house. You're not quite London, Trojan. You should get I've been to your house, good sir. You've heard the Royal Mail offer a hiding place to BN postcodes. This is the board. It's this lovely bright reddish pinkish colour. Bauer IRL edition on the rear. Injection molded case. 2 blockers. I believe it's hot swap and NC only. We'll have a look. Like, I don't know when I'm next in London, but that's probably what we're going to do. Here's the owner's manual. This has got all of the information you could possibly need in it. It's pretty cool. A very, very nice little packaging kit. Here's the PCB. Paste. Piney, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate that, buddy. Here's the PCB. Wilbur designed. Daughter board as well. Boom. Nice and easy. Foam. Feet and gaskets. Screws and screwdrivers. Rubber bump-ony things. Let's no, they're not feet. Maybe we do need the manual for this. Come get a beer with John O'Snicket and I. No ribbons, hurrah. Yeah, I struggle with the streamlight, so you can kind of like if see how the lights reflect off the PCB at that angle. That's what I see when it's at this angle. So you don't see it from there, but all I see is that while I'm trying to build, and it just makes seeing like ribbon cables and stuff really hard. It's just one of the things that happens. Okay, this booklet's really, really cool. I really like this. Okay, so I'm going to do the plate and PCB assembly last, so I'll come back to that because I need some of it there, and the switches and stuff, that's fine. Install donut bumpers on the top housing, okay. Install isolation strips on the bottom housing, okay, right, okay. Let's do the isolation strips first, because, well, I'm a glutton for punishment. I like doing things out of order, so let's do the gasket strips first. I spy an Allen key destined to be never used. Yeah, something like that. Oh, it comes with tweezers. That's a cool little touch. I like that. The fact that it comes with a nice little set of tweezers, really cool. Come on, why won't you come out? Okay. So we have, these look like their feet. Yeah, that's not for those. So we have 2 long strips that go up along the front edge. That feels slightly off. There we go. There we go. And then we've got 2 short ones. The base color is awesome. It's a really cool color, right? That's 1. Applying gaskets and feet perfectly is 100% harder than soldering. Oh, for sure. 2, and then 3, and 4. We're going to go here on this edge, just like so. Okay, that's those done. What else do we need to do in the case? Oh, we need to put the daughter board in. Let's take the daughter board. And it goes with it flipped. And it just uses 2 screws there in these back corners, which must be in here. Oh wow, lots of screws. Socket head screws. Those are... Oh, no, it does say T10 Torx. Okay. There's lots of screws on this packet. Let's just pop 2 in. Okay, that's definitely not those screws because they're not T10s. I wonder if it's in this packet. This is why when we do things out of order, it gets a little bit complex at times. Well, they're just rubber bump-ons, so it's not a T10 because that's a T10 screwdriver. Camera, please focus. That is definitely a T10, but I think it's actually a T7 that we need for these. Maybe even a T6. Yeah, T6. Cool. Cool, that's that installed. Right, let's put all the parts in here so we don't lose them. We've already used those. That baggie. We're not going to use the 2 screwdrivers, so I'll put them into one side as well. Don't need that packet. And then if we just tip those in there, we can use this. This is not a screw tray, this is just a colour sample. And I think I'm going to use this for an SPC edition keyboard. There we go. Cool. Okay, so we've done the daughter board. What's next? Oh, the next bit is to do the taco bumpers egg on the plate, JST connection, place the base in. Yep. Feet on the base. We'll do that last. Keycaps, right? Okay. So. Time to put some stabilizers in the board. Let me grab my box of stabilizers. Now this is hot swap ANSI. So we're going to go for split backspace, ANSI enter, left shift, and spacebar. So we need 3 stabilizers. I think it only does a 7U bottom row as well, which is pretty cool. So let's see what we've got here. These QMX. We've got some QMX. Let's use QMX. Is that 7U? 7U wire. 2. Oh, they've been pre-lubed actually. Maybe I don't want to use that. We've got some that are unlubed. Yeah, we've got some unlubed ones here. That's 1 set. Oh, we've got exactly 3 sets, look. 2 sets, and that's 3 sets. And grab some screws. There we go. And need 2 black wires for 2Us. There we go. That's the stabilizers grabbed. Grab some lubricant. Grab a switch puller and some pliers because we might need them. Where's my lube brush gone? There we go. Cool. You actually bought 3-pin MX Blacks for a solder build. I mean, that's painful, but you can do it. I believe in you. Oh, I've just got a massive wedge of lube in my hand. I was not expecting to do that. Cool, right, so we're just going to lube up these stabilizers really quick, then pop them together, and then pop them in the PCB. It's a shame there isn't ISO support for this. Yeah, I get that, but like, to add it onto the PCB is a whole nother design work. And really, when you're doing hot swap, you want one ISO and one ANSI. And to get the price down, you know, you have to make thousands of them to keep the price nice and low. So realistically, if Garrett Omnitype was going to make an ISO version of this, you know, if he's ordered 10,000 of these boards, 10,000 PCBs and ANSI only, you know, the ISO version is going to cost like $50 more because the PCBs cost more. Well, maybe not $50, but maybe like $25, $30 more just for the ISO version. And people just aren't going to want to pay that. They'll see, oh, but why is the ISO version more expensive? And it's because so few people use it. I wish that we could do everything in ISO, and for solder it's possible, but for hot swap you really need an ISO specific PCB a lot of the time, and the market's just not there for it. Like, it's just not. I wish it was. I wish it. I really do wish that people bought it. But when you put stuff that's ISO in stock, it doesn't sell. Like, it just doesn't. Like, we've still got ISO TKL hot swap PCBs for the Freebird TKL, and we've sold out of the keyboards, I think, now. And no one bought the ISO PCBs. Just no one bought them. Everyone who bought them wanted the ANSI ones. We had the ISO kits in stock, which came with the ISO PCB. And we actually had people from the UK saying, oh, well, I want to buy the kit, but I want an ANSI PCB, not an ISO one. Do you still have an ANSI PCB that you can give us? So, like, it's really difficult because there's a vocal minority that like to use ISO. But it's not a huge number of people, and of course they can't all buy every single product. So even if that's like 100 people in the UK that use ISO UK in the hobby, like seriously, like want it for every board, they don't all buy like every single keycap set. So we can't get all of the GMK UK ISO kits to MOQ because the MOQ is 100. And I appreciate as an ISO user, like I want UK ISO all the time. But from a financial and business perspective, like I'd be bankrupt if I made everything have ISO compatibility. Like for the ND75s, for example, if I'd have commissioned UK ISO PCBs, they'd be 170 quid, not 120 quid. Well, maybe not 170, but they'd be like 150 quid, not 120. And they just wouldn't sell because people go, well, why should I pay more for ISO? And it's not like you should, but it's just the MOQs to get there are so big and the cost is so much more intense that it's hard to focus on and give priority to when, you know, it's such a vocal minority. I really do wish it was different. And I know that some people argue and see my idea here as being incorrect and that I don't have a clue what I'm talking about because I've seen people say that in servers. But the market's just not there for it. It's really not. It's such a shame. Are there any stabs that you don't like? Yeah, there's a few that I don't like. I'm not a big fan of Durox stabilizers. I don't like the TX stabilizers. They're just too tight on tolerances and a lot of keycaps don't work well with them. I like the new Stabies. We've got them in stock. Night stabilizers should be restocking Monday or Tuesday as well. I think we'll have the night stabilizers like under £10 a pack as well, which will be like cheaper than anywhere else in the world, I think, because it's just one of those things that I don't think we should be charging the world for. Like given what the wholesale cost of them is, like charging like more than £10 just feels like, you know, a bit too much really. So yeah. I really do wish that I could invest millions and millions on every project, across all the projects, and get UK ISO made for absolutely everything. But sadly, it's just not viable, and it would be a really bad business decision for me to do it. So, yeah, it is what it is, though. Maybe one day when the hobby grows a little bit more, we'll be able to justify it. I'm honestly baffled so many in the UK use NC. I get that they do, just not why. I think it's just because everything is becoming much more worldwide. So there's probably a few reasons for it. One is that everything is Americanized these days, and that means that the American standard becomes the de facto standard for a lot of things. And I think keyboards is just one of those things where it's also becoming the standard. You know, a lot of manufacturers today, if you buy like a Dell or a Windows or an Apple PC or laptop, you can specify having an ANSI keyboard. And I think even in the UK, Apple sell more ANSI keyboards than they do ISO keyboards. And that's just because that's what people prefer. So, I don't know, maybe it is better. Maybe it's just us, you know, older generation folks that are used to ISO that want to use it. I don't know. Like, it's difficult. I agree, it's difficult. I wish it was different, but I can't, unfortunately, change the world to my image. So, yeah. Have you seen the new Deadpool and Wolverine? When I was out in Novelkeys meetup, Mike took us to see it. Mike from Novelkeys took us to see the film. It was excellent. I've actually just watched Wolverine 1 and 2 with my wife this week because she wants to go see it as well. I have not told her that I've already seen the movie because she would not be happy with me. So if you know her or you speak to her, don't tell her that I've seen it, please. Luckily, she doesn't watch these streams. But yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. First few keyboards I built were ANSI and I just prefer ISO in general. Yeah, that's fair, man. That's fair. Prefer ISO, but you have plenty of ANSI only boards. Yeah. I love myself some C3 wires in Cherry Stabs. Make sure you're finding C3 wires. The C3 wires are pretty good. Yeah, I agree. The wires I'm actually using here are C3 wires. They're the dark ones I had from a big batch that I bought a long time ago. But I'm a big fan of the QMX housings. They're on sale at the minute as well. We've got them at a reduced price at the minute too. So if you want some good stabilizers, QMX ones are good for me. I really rate them. I get that's third stage of ISO when you get them. I think I had bagged the recruiters. Oh yeah, sorry, we'll get on to that in a bit, Nancy. Yeah, I will. When I'm not concentrating on the build, I'll come back to that question. Or you can just DM me and I'll give you some advice. Apple's ISO keyboards are not standard ISO anyway. No, that's true. They're not. Apple does everything differently. Anti-supremacy. I think I had to buy German ISO on my laptop just to get my ISO enter. This is the thing, right? Like the UK is becoming an ANSI nation without even realizing it. Okay, that's those done. Time to pop the foam in place, and then we can carry on with the build. Wrong way around, Jay. Get that right. Okay, so now that's all in position. The next thing we can do is pop the plate on, and then we can use the spacers and everything to align the plate and PCB assembly together, which is a nice little step. I watched it twice and it's so good. Did an X-Men marathon this week and watched every movie. Hugh Jackman is a legendary franchise. He absolutely is. I actually kind of want to see... Wait. Why have I got this the wrong way around? Does this go this way? Is this supposed to go this way up with these bits? All of the kind of manufacturing stamps bits facing up? That feels a bit... That feels a bit weird. I would have expected it with the manufacturing floors to being on the downside, but it appears that that's the way the plate goes. Okay, it is what it is. Right, let's put the little standoffs in place first. So we'll screw them onto the top case first. I think what we'll do. This feels like the texture that should have been on the top of the plate, and that feels like it should be the bottom of the plate, but it's not. That's the top and that's the bottom. How weird. How bizarre. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to hold these in place, and then we're going to put the screws in. I think we need these countersunk screws. This screwdriver should do the job. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pop the screw into the countersunk hole. We're going to pin it in position, and we're going to screw the standoff onto it, and then we'll tighten it all up with a screwdriver in a minute. In fact, we can probably get away with doing these finger tight. So, need another one here. Think different. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I am in the Apple ecosystem apart from this PC. Everything I have is Apple, my iPad, my MacBook, obviously, iPhone. You can tell me I'm wrong if you want, that's fine. To me, Anti also feels more premium. I'm not sure I could agree with the more premium feeling of ANSI. I get that it can have certain aesthetic advantages over ISO. I do appreciate and understand that, just because of the way it looks slightly more symmetrical. But there's beauty in the ISO enter as well. Oh, there it went. There is a certain beauty in the ISO enter, the size of it. I also am a huge fan of the B80 enters as well. We've actually got a pre-order for those right now as well, so I'm pretty excited that we're being able to offer those. I am really surprised that this plate's this way around. I'm going to check with Garrett if this is right, because it just feels wrong. I wonder if I've just got a misprinted one or something. I don't know. We have 10 new spacebars anytime soon. I think we've got some coming from one of the DCS group buys we did, I think. I don't think we have plans to stock them specifically though at the moment. So no guarantees on that one. But we might have them in like a DCS project at some point, I guess. Can we start with the bad US imports, please? You are wrong, sent from an iPhone. Big boy left shift is nice. Yeah. I mean, that's just standard for ANSI layout. Okay. Okay, and then what we can do now is we can use the screws to go in from the other side and hold it all together. I think. Wait, are we supposed to use slightly smaller screws? No, just don't have it aligned very well. Okay. Just screwing these together, which is basically holding the plate and PCB together from when we're putting the hot swap sockets in. It's a nice simple little way of holding everything together. There's just 6 of them. Cool, there we go. Okay, now we're good to install switches. So let's get the switches ready and pop these into the board. Alpha colored pipe keys on ANSI boards are the antithesis of aesthetics. Maybe. I can kind of agree with that. These switches are very pretty, I've got to say. So we're just going to go upside down for these ones here on the backspace. I just want my pound sign. I appreciate that. There's ways to do it on ANSI. I get it. I understand. I get it. If you guys have got any questions, by the way, about business stuff or anything else that we do, please let me know. Just ask away in chat and I will answer anything I can do. As long as it's not going to break like a disclaimer or NDA or something like that, I'll try and answer any questions you guys have, because I know you guys are always interested in how things work in the back end and the behind the scenes stuff that customers don't generally see. So do let me know if there's anything you'd like to know. And let's see, let's talk about your interview. So I think you said it was well, DM. Okay, let me catch up. When you get the thing. Didn't have it in bag, but recruiters loved their vagueness. Had direct reflection of positive feedback in a very, very prompt time frame. Applied last Friday and third stage already. Okay, congrats, that's good. What have they actually asked for though, Netsy? What have they actually asked you for? I can't see where you told me. I can't see where you actually told me, Netsy, but do let me know, and I'll try and come back to you. Anonymous Biker says, I saw Blue MG in the workshop. Is that a new purchase? No, the Blue MG in the workshop is a temporary edition. It's not mine. I don't own it. It's a friend of mine's. He's called Lewis. He runs the workshop just over the road from mine. It's like a auto electrics group. If you find us on Google Maps, you can find their website. They're called Auto Electrics Group. You can find them. It's basically he's run out of space in his workshop for a couple of days while he's got a couple of lorries in there that he's doing some stuff on. So he just said to me, would we be able to accommodate it for him just for a short amount of time? I said yes. It was supposed to go on Friday, but it's still here, so hopefully it's going to go on Monday, because I like having a nice big empty workshop for activities. So maybe soon. It's QA for a game company. First stage was with the recruiter over the phone. Second stage was a practical test and a management interview. Third stage is final stage with the hiring lead and line manager, and is the final stage. Okay, so the final stage then, in this case, they've proven you've got technical capability. They like what you're about. They like the cut of your jib, so to speak. What they're going to try and do in this last stage is make sure that you're a good fit for the team. So you need to come across as personable. You need to come across as friendly, likable. Ask some really leading questions early on about what the team is like, what they do there, how the team works. So you want to know what does it look like? What does a day in the life of a member of this team look like? You know, how are you going to spend your day with them? Ask those questions early on and try and build your responses about that. So, you know, ways of working is always a good question to ask. You know, how many days are people in the office, that kind of thing. How do you guys share ideas? You know, questions like that are really open-ended and good and get conversation flowing, and that's what you want, because you want to appear personable. It's pretty promising if you've got to the third stage, because this is basically now making sure that you're the right fit for the team, and you know, you now need to make sure that you are the right fit for the team. So find out about the team, find out about what they do, how they work, what does a day look like for your team, you know, and then, you know, how can you communicate? Do they do anything extracurricular? Is a team fond of going on nights out or pizza parties, or what does that team like to do to unwind? You know, is there any hobbies prevalent in the team, that kind of stuff? Try and ask leading questions that will lead you into those topics, and try and respond back where you can. Because at that stage, when I used to interview a lot, if we were doing third stage interviews, it's basically down to like you and a few other guys, and it's who is the best fit for the team. Guys or girls. It's who is the best fit for the team. So that's where you kind of need to be focusing your attention to. Looking forward to visiting on Wednesday, if you couldn't tell. Yeah, we'll be here, dude. We'll be here, waiting for you. I can't remember what time you're coming, but we'll be here on Wednesday. If I'm successful in joining the company, what sort of metrics will we be evaluating on within the first 8 days? A great question. Yeah, great example of a question. What are key performance indicators? What does success look like in this team? What does success look like in this team? That's always a really good question to ask. What are the team's targets, goals? What are the last 3 things the team's achieved? Things like that. That's the kind of stuff you should be asking. Okay, I'm starting to get these are really pretty switches. They're very, very pretty. I am slightly concerned that this plate is upside down though. It's not from a layout perspective, but I feel like from a manufacturing perspective, this plate's been made wrong. But perhaps it's just me. Perhaps Garrett gave me one that was B stock because he knew it was me. I don't know. Can I bring my own keyboard in? That's a great question to ask your employer. KPIs, ooh. Yeah, but like businesses thrive on them, especially in corporate environments, so you have to play the game sometimes. I agree that they're crap and they're terrible, and we don't have any kind of performance indicators here for the team at PT. I just have a gut feel as to whether people are performing well or not, and then I'd feed that back appropriately. But in a corporate environment, they need a standardized way of making sure that people are to see who's performing well and who's performing not, who needs more support, and who can give more to the company. It's a standard corporate thing, whether you agree with it or not. So yeah, it's frustrating, but it's a necessary evil in those kind of situations sometimes. Okay, so there we go. That's switches installed, all looking really rather tasty. Next job is to put these on the corners. I think we just put them on the 4 corners, right? Yeah, just on the 4 corners. And then we've got a couple spare as well. Okay, so that's those installed. Next job is to put the little rubber bump-ons into the top case. Let's plug in the JST cable first. Come on. There we go. I'm just going to lay that down on the gaskets nicely. That looks pretty close to centered. We'll sort that out in a second. I'm going to take the top case. I'm going to put the little gaskets in. Now let's just check the manual to see which ones we put these in. We've done the standoffs, we've done the switches. Okay, so we've got 1 under each block at the front, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across the back. So they're going to go in. I might need to use tweezers for this. This is really difficult to do by hand. So let's grab these tweezers, which is a nice little addition. And we can pop those into place. Vitally important question on the keyboards. Yeah, gonna bring my Akka Alice because it's freaked people out. Yeah, until they see how fast and accurate you type with it, right? It's an entry level role, so they're going to they're pretty forgiving, but I come from a fintech project background, so it's fairly transferable. Fintech is what I actually did for most of my life. So it's kind of cool that you do that as well, dude. Okay, that's those rubber bump-ons installed. Next we can flip the top case over. Wait, did we just lose one? Yeah, we did. We just lost two. Two came out. How bizarre. I could have sworn those were in place properly. Don't know where. Oh, the ones that look. Still in now. How weird that they're falling out. That's rather frustrating. Okay, I don't want to glue them in or anything. Are they going to fall out again? That's really, really bizarre. Let's use some lube to make them a little bit sticky. This is not their usual use for lube, but a little bit of lube can sometimes have a sticking effect on rubber, so let's see if that works. We've got it. There we go. So we're going to clip the front edge in like that, and then we can put screws down the back edge. Now, where did we put the screws for this? I had a little pot of screws. There they are. Using same decimal me, but inverted. Inverted in color or inverted in position? Seems like a solid team. Culture seems good. Having had a terrible experience in my prior role, it's time for a passion project. Nice, man. Nice. I'm glad you're doing something for you. That's always a good thing. Inverted in colour. Got mine from Canon Keys though. Ah, gotcha. Yeah. We sold these in the UK, so I stocked them for that. Do you have a normal Bauer to compare this one to? Do you know what? I don't. I used to have a Bauer a long time ago, and then I sent it to a friend who I've lost touch with, so they still have it as far as I know. So I no longer have one. But that's the board all built. It's looking pretty good. Let's pop the screws and gaskets back in here that are spare. There we go. Okay, and now it's time to install the feet. And then you guys can pick some keycaps for it. Do we have a mod still watching? Is there any mods still online? I'm only asking for from a poll perspective. You guys can set up a poll if anyone's still watching. That's a mod. If not, I'll do it. Okay, that's the feet all installed. And here's the board. It's looking pretty good. Look at those switches. They look super cool. Jelly Master's here. Thank you, Jelly. You can do the poll. Okay. Right, it's time for you guys to pick some keycaps then. So, today we have a choice of a few different ones. You can pick GMK Symbiote. The concrete base kit from Mod Musings GMK set. Matthew and Cena himself. GMK Retro Muted. Or something to go with the red. GMK Hamon. Those are the 4 choices. That's what you can pick to go on the board today. GMK Hamon. GMK Retro Muted. The concrete base kit from Mod Materials. And GMK Symbiote. Yeah, the Lamb Red Alert is in group buy though. It's not been produced yet. It sold out really quickly, the concrete base kit. Thoughts on the seal full size? It's about time we had more full size options. Yeah, I mean, I've got ideas for full size. It's not officially in production yet here at PT, but it's something I want to do. There's quite a few full size projects that I'm aware of that are coming as well. So we'll hopefully be able to do something soon on that front. Hamon R1 was my first GMK set, I think. Nice. Lamb Red Alert is sat in my basket. Nice, congratulations. Yeah, it's pretty good as Lamb Red Alert. I've had a few sales using the code. That's pretty cool to see. Let's see what people have been buying. I'm not going to read them out, but I'll give a few examples. Oh, someone bought a J-02. What else have we sold? Oh, someone bought Honeywell with free shipping. Nice. Someone bought a KL90. Nice. Someone bought SW Dolch. I think that's the last one as well. People asked for the Dois pad. No one's bought the Dois pad. Nice. Someone got free shipping on COL 1520 as well. Nice. Nice. So some people have been making good use of it. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool to see. Nice. Thanks again for the code last stream. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. You're umming and ahhing about the numpad. That's pretty cool. Looks like Symbiote is winning. I thought that Concrete would have done better because it's kind of like the same color as the case as well. So like the case is kind of like that concrete color. I'm pretty sure this plate's upside down though. Like it's been printed the wrong way. I mean, it's an injection molded case with a lot of sprue marks, so I think it's just been manufactured the wrong way around. I think, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Concrete 3 votes. Yeah. Retro Muted and Symbiote look like the 2 to beat today. What else did we put a discount code on? We put... Oh yeah, someone wanted the discount code on the Hebe Maya, and no one bought that. No one's bought one. Like, the discount code's on that. Like, if you're going to ask for discount codes, guys, you've got to use them. You have to use them. Otherwise, there's just no point in me doing the discount codes. Like, if you guys are going to ask for them, like, make sure you use them. Otherwise, don't ask. Like, don't suggest a product if you're not actually going to buy it, right? Because then you're taking that opportunity away from someone else. Goes without saying that whoever gets this board should pair it with EPBT Duo. 50% off a J-01 FE, please. Dude, I can't give stuff away. Like, it's a business. We have to at least break even, right? You know, I can't just give stuff away. We will not have 50% profit margin on anything ever. I think the best we've ever had is like 22% or something. So, yeah. Yeah, but as I say, what we will do is once this is built, the next time I'm in London, it won't come with keycaps, but it'll be built as it is, still all in its original box. And we'll do like a drop in London for it, and yeah, someone will be able to pick it up. So yeah, maybe if the next UK meetup's in London, we can do it then. We just drop it in London, and someone will be able to pick it up. It'd be quite cool. That saddens me greatly. I mean, it's where the vast majority of the population is in the keyboard hobby, so, you know, I could do it at like some random place in the world, but I feel like that it would just either get, no one would find it and it would get wet and rained on or something, or someone would find it, it wouldn't be someone in the keyboard hobby. So yeah, like, that's it. Maybe I should do it like the top of, like, I don't know, like the next mountain I climb, because I do quite a bit of mountain climbing in the UK. Maybe I should just leave it on the peak of the next mountain. I don't know. I'm gonna drop this board in Smethwick. Wetwang, North Yorkshire. I'm in Iceland. Could drop it up with me. I'm sure there's more than just me here. we have shipped a few things to Iceland before. Maybe you're that one person, or maybe we've had a couple of people in Iceland. I don't know. So we're sparsely populated, like the Lake District. Yeah, okay. So you now have to go to Ambleside and row a boat out into the middle of the lake and find a certain buoy and pull it up, and it'll be in a waterproof, watertight bag. Yeah. Yeah. I don't fancy climbing mountains in Iceland. Like, I feel like that would be difficult. Brussels. We are going to Clackicon in the Netherlands pretty soon. I think that's next month. Yeah. You're going to the Lake District tomorrow. Swing by and pop in on your way past and grab a coffee. You probably would come past us. If you're going up the M1, you probably go up M1, M62, and then up from there, I think, probably. If you do come past us, then feel free to drop in. The fact that I live in Cumbria has nothing to do with that. Okay. Oh, wait, I missed who'd won. Who won the poll? I missed what keycap set won the poll. View results, capping time. What won? Symbiote won. Okay. Symbiote won. I had to look it up. Okay, let's switch over the camera view, and then let's zoom in so you guys can see it. Symbiote does go really well with the switches, to be fair. Like, it's pretty close. That doesn't feel like the right space bar. That does feel like the right space bar. Okay, I'm gonna put no, I'm not gonna put control caps actually. Man, there's a lot of stuff we can get rid of here. Okay, should we go for mod colored? Yeah, let's do mod colored because I think it just looks better. I don't know, we want the next row down. Let's put the home key there. That's good. You guys did good on this keycap set. This really works well. Just going to put some modifier keys that we may or may not use on that column here. Wrong 2 because we're using ANSI J. unless I enter. I feel like we just need a page up and page down now for there. We'll use a delete, and if there's a 1U backspace, we'll use that as well, but I don't think there is. That's the correct page up though. There's escape. There's the shift. There's the arrow key. So we just need a page down key now for there. That's in the correct profile. And there she goes. That's it. Okay. Oh, we'll put the pause key up there just because we need something to put there. Okay, that's pretty much just done for modifiers apart from caps lock. Wait, did I not put caps lock on the board? I could have sworn I just had caps lock in my hand. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we can do away with all mod keys now. I don't need those. Pick them out otherwise. Okay. It's looking pretty good though. Yeah. I think which way around that went. Second B, don't need that. Don't need the UK ISO keys. Keys in the wrong place. We'll move it in a second. Oops. There we go. That's better. Okay, almost there. Looking pretty good though. And boom. That is the Bauer Light IRL edition. In some cases, kind of like a creamy color, yeah. With the GMK Symbiote and bunny switches. I don't have the Galactical Alphas, unfortunately. That looks so good. Symbiote is such a good set. When we put it in stock, it just sold out immediately, like within a couple of hours. It's a really nice little build. It is quite noisy, yeah, but it's nice though. I mean, these are stock switches. I'm just using them because I got them for free and I was using them up. Someone sent them as a sample ages ago and we just never got around to using them. I don't know if anyone ever sold these or not, but yeah, they're nice looking switches. You just use delete. They split backspace. They sound really good. Thanks for the free shipping. You're welcome, dude. Is there any shows or YouTube series you've been watching lately? Yeah, I've just finished watching Silo on Amazon, not Amazon, on Apple TV. It's been really, really good. I'm really excited for season 2 of that, so definitely take a look at that. Said I missed out on Symbiote. Here's another view of it in a slightly different coloured camera. It's probably not quite as accurate as the top-down camera at the minute. It's usually the other way around, but yeah. These are unlubed, yeah, these are just stock switches. As I say, I was sent these for free a little while back as like a sample. We didn't end up buying them for stock, but they're from Keys U. They're called bunny switches. And do you know what? They're actually pretty nice in the board, but they are completely stock. I didn't loot them. Because this is like a hot swap build and we're going to give it away. We just put some switches in here for now. And ultimately this is going to get dropped off at some point in the future in public, and I'll announce it on Instagram and someone can go and try and find it wherever it's left in the world. Clickies go really nicely in the Bauer. I was tempted to get a Bauer with Gap Melodics when they went on sale. Nice. But yeah, these are unlooped switches. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So that's pretty much it for the stream, guys. If you guys have got any questions or anything you want to ask me, now is the time. As I say, the J-01 FE will be announced as soon as I can. Probably some point middle next month, towards the back end of the month. It's really light, maybe a kilo, maybe half, not even that, maybe 750 grams, something like that. It's not a heavy keyboard. It's all injection molded and it's really light. So it's a great travel board, great for taking to and from work every day. And it's such a cool design. Look at that. Yeah. Have you ever tried the Acco preload switches like the yellows? No, I don't like Acco boards, so I would never sell them. Here at Prototypist, we don't sell Acco products because I don't think they're particularly good. So, no. Limited self-defense capability. Just buy a J-01 as well, because that's like 3 kilos, and jobs are good. I was going to say a good work board. GMK has been killing my back. Yeah. We do have some of the Bauer lights in stock. Oh, IC checks tonight. Yeah, we could do some really quick IC checks if you want. Let's have like a quick 2-minute IC checks thing. What's going on? This is my unread topics from earlier on. Why haven't I read? We'll just open them up. Let's have a look at Thunder God. Oh, interesting. Oh, okay, this looks fun. What's it about? Set features a new double shot spark glitter material. Yep. Particularly in the alert roll. Yeah. Based on novelty kits are only offered on this. So yeah. I mean, it's pretty solid base kit. I like the alert numero. I do like that. I'm not a fan of the text here. The legends here are a bit too dark to be seen on the grey cap. That's not very good. The rest of it looks like Boulder with purplish caps. There's a lot of colours going on. I think it's nice. Oh, these are cool. The novelties are cool though. The pad printing these days is getting insane what people are trying and achieving. These are really cool. These designs are cool. I like this ISO enter. Yeah, these are really cool. It's a lot of colours. I think you need it on a really plain board to make it well. Like, it looks good on the black. This is a good render of these, what these keycaps look like in the real life as well. This kind of like sparkly red. I like that. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Oh, it's Hung Hing Dailao. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. Let's have a look at this. Oh, I like this set. So I'm not sure how to pronounce this. And Anushuvan, I'm gonna guess. I like this. This is a really cool set. Like, the colors on this are just really good. I think the bright orange works really well, and the fact that it's got the Arabic sub-legends, I think they're Arabic. I don't know, I just really like this set. I just think it pops. It's like EPBT Solaria meets, you know, a few other sets, and I'm just a real big fan of it. Like, I really like it. Yeah, it's like a Darkened Firefly meets EPBT Solaria meets a few other things, and I really like these sub-legends. So this is probably going to be something that I hope we can sell because I really enjoy it. And I noticed as well that the novelties are really cool on this. Like, I really like these. Like, there's some really cool novelty designs here. And I think there's a Norda UK set for it as well. Yeah, Norda UK. So, and it's got the sub-legends on as well, which is even cooler. So yeah, big fan of this. Huge fan of this set. Do any of the renders do it just? I don't feel like any of the renders quite do it justice. But I think this set's going to look really cool in real life. Big fan of that. That's a really cool set. What else have we got? The Dry Studio Gateron custom made rapid ice switch. Dustproof stands. 0mm actuation. Wait, so it actuates as you press it? It like actuates on a feather touch? Interesting. Pre-travel 1mm. Interesting. That'd be awful to type on. I don't know. Like, I'm not a gamer. These are clearly gaming-inspired switches, right? Interesting. I'd like to try these. These look interesting. I think I need to try these. Yeah, we did sell the Dry Studio board, the Black Diamond 75, so maybe we can get hold of some of these to test. That's an interesting thing. I feel like it's more gaming than anything else. Oh, did we look at the slate last week? I can't remember. Did we look at this already? Oh, I love this. Just draw what you want. I want this. Yeah, I love it. This is what I send to Josh all the time, like drawing stuff like this. It's an interesting choice here and here. Yeah, okay, this is pretty cool. It's not quite the standard keyboard, is it? It's a little bit different. I'm not sure about this kind of area here, but I do like the curve. Like, I feel like this could be rounded over a bit nicer. Okay. Yeah, okay, I think this is cool. This is a really cool design, actually. Yeah, look at that with the polycarb insert and then the base here. Yeah, okay, that's pretty cool. PCB mount, top mount. Okay, cool. So it just varies the height very slightly if you do PCB mount, I guess. Yeah, I'm not keen on this part here. I feel like this bit could have been curved over slightly differently and look a little bit nicer, but the rest of it looks stunning. Like, I like the curve here on the base. That looks really good. And I like the fact that you can see through here as well. I like that. That's really nice. Yeah, okay, look. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's a really cool project. I like it. What else have we got in IC? GMK Blue R2. Hold on, let me do it in a new tab. This is good. Blue Alert. Classic set. Extension keys with the blue cherries. Love it. Joker keycap. Keyback. Love it. Absolutely love this. Korean Sub-Legends, yes please. Oh, it's even got on the modifiers now. Love it. Yeah. Numbro, yeah. I know we're already going to be vendor for this, so I'm probably a little bit biased, so bear that in mind. Also, this is a project to keep a look at. This keyboard here, the classic TKL, this is Novel Keys' new keyboard. It's really cool. I've been playing around with one a little bit. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this is a cool set. Nordic UK kit is in talks at the minute. No confirmations yet. Look at the box. This is the box artwork. Look at this. That's the box artwork. Imagine this folded up into a box. That's the box artwork. It's cool as hell. That's a really cool set.
Incredible.
I only game with tactiles to ride the bump. Fair. Bend resistant pins. Hermes, hold my beer. Yeah. Why should you wear glasses to math class? Because it helps with the vision. Oh, that's a terrible joke, but I like it. What's the original of that Joker novelty? I don't know, but it's just a nice key, right? Win logo, tasty. Yeah, the Windows logo on this is really cool. Where is it in the renders? Yeah, look there. Tasty. Love it. Oh, that means it's time for me to go home. So we'll just have a look at a couple more. The Adventure Cherry Profile keycaps. What are these? Oh, wait, what? I didn't do that. What? What happened there? What? Okay. I don't know what happened there, but that all changed. This is what we were going to look at. Oh wow, that's a keycap set. That is a keycap set. Wow. Okay. Yeah, it's GMK IKEA. Well, Domiki IKEA, whatever. No comments on that thread yet. Interesting. What else have we got? Oh, the marble keyboard, the Carrara. This looks good. So I am a big fan of this. Like, new materials, always a big fan of. Like, solid slab of marble underneath your keyboard, sure. It reminds me of the Korean keyboard that was going to come a long time ago. Yeah. Yeah, this'll sound interesting and feel interesting. Be heavy as well. Yeah, big fan of that. I wonder if they have impressions, like, issues shipping this, like if it gets damaged easily, I don't know. It's based off a non-specific adventure. Yeah, I don't want to get like shut down for talking about stuff, so I won't mention that. DSS 99 cents. What's this? Oh, interesting. Green tea, ginseng. This is keyboard endgame right here. Look at this. Keyboard endgame. Why have a rectangle when you can have all of this? Look at all that material you're saving. Love it. 40s orientated key set with one robust kit to support a huge variety of 40s and 30s layouts. Okay, this is the 40s Discord getting their arms out. I haven't seen this. Oh, interesting. Some artisans. They look quite cool. I do like this. This looks really fun. Okay, interesting project. Concrete desk mat round 2. Let's have a look at these. I've already seen these. I know where they're going to be the vendor again, so I apologize if I'm biased on these ones, but I do like this. Like the concrete look of the desk mats. Pretty industrial. I'm definitely going to be having a couple of these. The darkest one. Bless me. The darkest one's going to be on my desk, I think, as soon as we get hold of these. Yeah. Big fan of them. And it's going to be the jacquard material, the rough material, the same as this desk mat I'm using. This one in the background here. It's like a rough material as well. Okay. Yeah, big fan of that. DCX BIM. Again, okay, so this is an interesting one. So again, we're the vendor for this. I think this case looks great and it's got a lot of potential. And it actually marks the first time that Prototypist is working with Drop properly to do something. So where this is a Drop set, Drop are running this on their website. These are the sample keycaps. It's pretty cool. It's pretty nice. And yeah, like you can see here that it's with Drop. And we've got this on PT as well. There you go. So it's the first time we've ever worked with Drop on something, and it's a really interesting one because it might open doors for us to offer other Drop products. That's what my hope is here. Like we're trying to work with them really carefully on this one. I think it's got a lot of potential. So yeah, I really like this. This is a cool set. The novelties are cool. Bimter, I love it. Yeah, little cheeky robot. Yeah, it's cool. Bim. Yeah, I like this a lot. Drop the Noda UK kit. Yeah, I did want to offer it, but when we were talking with them, it wasn't something they were able to keep offering, unfortunately. So yeah, it's for the weirdos. I would do unspeakable things for you to bring GMK white on black to Prototypist. So we're going to be doing something with GMK on this. I'm waiting for GMK to come back to me about UK specific kits, not Nora UK kits, UK specific kits. And then what I want to look at doing is doing like a run of just some really popular colorways with UK ISO in base in stock. So some point next year that will happen. I'm hoping we can order it this year and get delivered like Q1, Q2 next year. That's kind of like my aim. No timelines on it yet, no promises on it yet, but that's what I want to do. So yeah, that's what's going to happen as soon as we can do it. Right, okay, we went through a few Geek Hack stuff. I hope that was fun. If you guys haven't got any more questions, that's probably it for the stream today. It is time for me to go home. I've got like a little bit of a drive to get home, and then in the morning I have to take my car for its MOT. My wife has my Tesla, and that's due its very first annual test this year. So you don't have to test the car until it's 3 years old in the UK. It turns 3 tomorrow morning, so it has to go in for its test. So we've got to drop that off at 8 AM, and then I'll be in the workshop a little bit later tomorrow than usual. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. We'll see how it goes. But thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been great to be back on stream again. I'll see you guys again next week. And do check out the website. Do come and join us on Discord as well. And watch on Instagram over the next few days because I'll be sharing some cool stuff as we do it in the workshop. But I hope you enjoyed seeing the J-01. It was really cool to share it with you guys. That patina pen rail is pretty special. I'll see you again soon, guys. Take care. Thank you so much for watching. You guys are the best. I love you all. Bye-bye.